Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Now, today, before we get started, of course, I always need to remind everybody that's new here, I always make sure to include timestamps in the description below. So if you want to skip around for whatever wacky reason, you are more than welcome to do so. This is formatted like a podcast, but it's also a live show. And if you want to catch me live, make sure to subscribe with the notifications on. With that being said, this is the first segment of the stream in which basically what I do is I do the thing where essentially I say a bunch of words where I'm like talking and stuff because I'm waiting for concurrent viewers. You know, I could do the thing where I have the stream starting soon screen for 5 trillion hours, but to me at least, I find that to be complete and utter cancer. So I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, I'm going to actually fill that time gap with, I don't know, actual content so that there's something to watch. But yeah, with that being said, I guess a brief explanation of what I'm going to be talking about today is a Keffals video that just released. It's called Vaush and the Hypocrisy of Ethan Klein. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that Ethan Klein's criticisms of Vaush are complete dog shit for the most part. That's not to say that Vaush is innocent either. In fact, it took me quite a while to come to that conclusion on my own, since most people arguing against Vaush were incapable of constructing a logical argument against him. So I assumed he was innocent until I actually looked into the evidence that's there and made my own conclusions. Obviously, that's the whole point of using the standard of guilty until proven innocent. Oh my god, I'm very smart. I'm very smart. I meant to say, Jesus Christ. I meant to say that's the point of using the standard of innocent until proven guilty. Obviously, because, well, they're innocent until they're proven guilty. And eventually, I was able to prove that Vaush is guilty. So that's sort of where I'm coming from. And again, there's a reason that I did a 8-hour stream at the start defending Vaush. In fact, somebody in my chat, the first person asks, do you like Vaush or do you hate Vaush? There is no in-between, tell me now. What if I just slightly am against him in this drama, but I don't hate him, but I think that he was in the wrong? But, like, it's like, I don't think he's, like, evil. I just think he's in the wrong. I think Ethan Klein is also in the wrong. Because, like that's not... That dichotomy of only one person can be in the wrong doesn't exist, right? So for instance, Vaush was in the wrong for the things he had on his PC. It's not good to have drawn bestiality on your PC, to say the very least. You shouldn't have that on your PC. But I can also argue that, yeah, but at the same time, Ethan Klein's criticisms of previous arguments that Vaush has made in the past are complete and utter dog shit. These aren't mutually exclusive. I can think that Ethan Klein and Vaush are both retarded, and that they both suck, because they do. PC, more like CP. I mean, I wouldn't say that Vaush had actual CP, right? And that's kind of a take that some people have gotten mad at me for, is saying that, yeah, Lolly is bad, but it's like, the harm is definitely overstated to some extent, right? Like, it's not as bad as actual CP. I feel like that would be an insane position to have. Yeah, no, they're equally the same. There's literally no... Okay, well, there's a difference, right? That doesn't mean that one of them is okay, though. Also, hello, Nifty Narfy. Hello, Drabby. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I always like to do a segment at the beginning where I just sort of talk about whatever the hell as I wait for viewers to come in, because obviously, you know, that's something that is important. how are you doing? Looking forward to the weekend? Yeah, I've been doing all right. I have a lot of shit that I have to do for college, unfortunately, and let me tell you, I don't enjoy doing homework. It fucking sucks. Uh, you know your life is bad when you have Tipster, Keffals, and Jalen defending you. Okay. First of all, Jalen is based. Okay, I don't care what you say. She's extremely based. Also, I'm pretty sure that Jalen and Keffals had a little bit of a falling out. So if anyone's wondering why I did Keffals dirty in the thumbnail, you better believe that might have contributed to it. Yeah, I'm not. Jalen doesn't have opinions and just dick rides for clout. I disagree. I think that Jalen is like a very loyal person, so she might defend somebody who's in the wrong sometimes, but that doesn't mean that she dick rides for clout. I think she's just a really loyal person. Just look at her Twitter for more than 5 seconds. So for 6 seconds. What are you studying? So I guess right now I'm studying business, but at this point I don't think I want to go into it. It's kind of boring. It's like, I don't give a shit. I just noticed there's 8 people tuning in right now, and there's only 1 like. Come on. I know that we can get at least 9 likes with the 9 concurrent viewers. I'm just saying. You know? I don't know if I can start the stream segment until there's more likes than concurrents. No, I'm gonna start it at some point. I'm just waiting for some more viewers to come in and having a chill discussion while we wait. And but yeah, the more likes we get, the better. And I do encourage you to smash like to promote me algorithmically, help out a small streamer. I'm just saying. Always drink water. Sorry, very thirsty. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I am so fucking tired. In fact, a part of me is getting a little bit burnt out. So I might not stream tomorrow because A, I have a lot of stuff I have to do for college. And B, talking about all of this stuff has gotten a little bit draining. What if you studied computer science like the trans femme you are? As tempting as it is for the sake of my aesthetic, I'm not going to be doing that simply because, well, I don't know. It's not a topic that interests me. I think that a topic that might interest me is psychology, though. Imagine me as a psychologist. I feel like I'd be, like, surprisingly good at it, considering the fact that, yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't be draining if you didn't run defense for Vaush for so long. Have you watched my streams? I think I've been pretty fair and criticized Vaush. The cat ears stay on? Yeah, I'm the cat girl therapist. How would you determine whether or not the life of an inbred child has more pain than pleasure in it? Have you done any calculations, or is it just intuition? Well, I would argue that it would have more, like, in comparison to the life of a non-inbred child, it would be worse on average, right? And there would be no logical reason to inbreed, right? Because if you take the people that would do inbreeding, those are people that are probably going to want to have children regardless of whether or not they're inbreeding, right? And if they don't want children, then they shouldn't have children in the first place. But if they do want children, then the preferable outcome would be from not inbreeding. So you would be doing a harm, a moral harm, by inbreeding when you could find a partner who isn't related to you, and not do that. Like, there's no logical reason to inbreed. The debate bro mindset has ruined you. You either went to the very basic, he maybe did something wrong IDK, to I'm still going to support him, to it maybe it wasn't lolly, I haven't made up my mind. No, I don't think you've watched my streams. If you think that my position is maybe he was wrong, IDK lol, that's a wrong interpretation. I have changed my position. You know that, right? Like the more information I interpret, like the more nuanced and different my position is going to be, right? I've been here almost every Vaush stream. Then you would know that I explicitly stated that I don't think it's okay for him to have drawn bestiality on his PC, and that I even conceded the position and the other position of saying it wasn't lolly to, yeah, okay. Or not that it wasn't lolly, that I could maybe see why he would interpret it as not lolly. I even conceded that, and I'm like, okay, it's way more likely than not that he did, right? I guess that the main point of contention, not with me, but in general, would have to be, like, to what extent is it bad, I guess? Because it's definitely bad, right? It's not good to have those things on your PC. But how bad is it? The answer is I don't know. But the situation isn't a deep philosophical topic. It's a case of a pedo gooning to kids. Again, I think it's still important to have nuance, right? Like you can think about things philosophically, and you can also say that, okay, like it's not good to have drawn CP on your computer, right? Like that's like a bad thing, generally speaking. But it can also be the case that, oh, I don't know, like that's not like it's not nearly as bad as, say, actual CP, right? Like you can have like a nuanced take that isn't Vaush is ontologically evil in every way possible, and every bad thing that's said about him must be correct because he did a bad thing, right? It's like, yeah, he did a bad thing. But one of the main issues I have with Vaush right now is not just that he did the bad thing. That is definitely one of the issues. He shouldn't have saved that onto his PC. But the other bad thing is he hasn't taken accountability. And I think that the only two people that have covered this drama that have objectively correct opinions are me and President Sunday. Everybody else is wrong, okay? Everybody else is completely wrong here, okay? This is debate bro mindset. Ah, yes, the perfect argument. Instead of actually engaging with what I'm saying, just say it's debate bro mindset and write it off. Yeah, anyways. People who goonda lolly are pedophiles. Yeah, but if we're talking about I agree, but if we're talking about the term pedophile, right? Like we're talking about like a huge range of people, right? Like that term is like encompassing of people that jerk off to fucking cartoon characters depicting children, all the way to people that molest an 8-year-old child, right? Like there's like a huge fucking range there, right? Like I think that, yeah, obviously all of it is bad, right? But I don't think it would be fair to say that gooning to obviously gooning to lolly is still bad, right? But that's not like this, like that wouldn't be on the same level as molesting a child, right? Like you see why it would be important to make a categorical distinction there, right? Like, yeah, they're both bad, like no shit, right? But one thing is clearly worse than the other. I never claimed he molested a child, right? But if we're talking about the social utility of using a certain term, right? Like there is an argument to be made against using all-encompassing terms that usually are used to refer to the more extreme end of things, right? I don't care how someone interprets. Yeah, okay. Well, that defeats the entire point of communicating information. Your intended message is only half of the equation. If people hear a message and they misinterpret it, like you're sending the wrong message then. That's like the point, right? This is why nuance is important, is because otherwise a lot of important information gets lost, at least in my opinion. With that being said, I think we've been streaming for long enough to sort of start the main topic. It is very curious that he has a childlike looking female with a horse P in a sexual context. Oh no, I agree. I'm not saying Vaush is innocent either. Believe me, that is not my position. That would be an insane position to have. No, I am not saying Vaush is innocent either. I'm saying that there's like a lot of nuance. Vaush is guilty. I guess the main thing that's up for debate is how guilty is he? But he's definitely not innocent. So anyways, without further ado, I want to get into the Keffals hit piece on Ethan Klein. It's called Vaush and the Hypocrisy of Ethan Klein. I'm so excited. As you can tell, it has a very good like to dislike ratio. Obviously, I don't care about that. I want to see what she has to say. Also, what does Tony Winchester have to do with anything? I'm so confused.
Yahoo! Hello, everyone. As I'm sure you're all aware, this has been quite a chaotic week for me. The situation
It sure has
taken up a lot more time than I would have liked it to, as I've been trying to dedicate more time to working on my new channel, Scared Awake. While I would love to be researching and writing
I'm sorry, I don't care.
on spooky topics completely unrelated to internet drama, unfortunately I got to address this one, because Ethan Klein and
Okay, I'm sorry, but this chair thing is gonna give me a fucking seizure.
points both put me on blast. Now there's a lot of context behind this entire situation, which I'll try to briefly summarize, but if you want the full context, watch the last video on my live channel, as well as
Yeah, let me let me watch this 5 hour and 40-minute long stream. That sounds like a great idea. I mean, to be fair, I have done streams a lot longer than that. But the difference is that I'm more entertaining than Keffals. Keffals is fucking boring, I'm sorry.
was the most recent VOD. I'll put the links in the description, and I'm also going to wager that this video in particular is going to see a lot of viewership outside of my own audience. So if you're new here, please be patient. I like to take the time to set up my arguments before I knock them down. Following Ethan Klein's first stream about Vaush, Ethan would
That's interesting because I don't think that Keffals makes the best arguments in general.
end up bringing up both me and Tipster on his stream for criticizing his coverage of all of this.
I hate to say it, but
I mean, yeah, that's something he can do. Now, whether or not his criticisms are valid, I guess, is a different point of contention, but...
two people that we are somewhat friendly on the show, Tipster and Keffals, have sacrificed themselves to Lolly Hill.
Not only did Ethan imply both of us are pedophiles, but any of the thousands of people who were defending Vaush were also pedophiles. It was
Yeah, Ethan Klein sort of did imply this, but... yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't disagree with Keffals on that specific point. Like, the pedophilia insinuation is definitely there, so I agree with her on that.
really gross and a completely irresponsible use of his platform. Ethan responded to people upset over being falsely accused of being pedophiles by mocking the word pedo-jacketing.
Also, what the fuck is pedo jacketing? Why do you guys have such weird ass expressions for everything? And how often are you being accused of being a pedo that you need a nickname for it? If the jacket fits, you must not acquit.
This is the problem I have with Ethan Klein as well. Because there are so many valid criticisms you could make about Vaush in this situation, and this just ain't it, right? Like, pedo jacketing literally just refers to false pedo accusations. That's the whole point of it, is to refer to false pedophilia accusations. Like, Ethan Klein may as well be saying that accusations are evidence, which is the same thing that fucking Mama Max and Flamenco TV have argued. Like, it's not that far off. Let's be real.
And then here, this is, again, not a real photograph. Cam sent this. And this is not real.
This is obviously a shitpost. This is a joke. I don't care about this.
He is not actually wearing this, but is this a pedo jacket? I don't know.
But then came up with the stupidest nickname imaginable in order to call all of his detractors pedophiles.
I had a little bit of a loss of innocence, and I mean that. It sounds silly, but I'm being somewhat serious when I say that, because I did not know that there were so many people that were like CP adjacent. Lollipops, I'm calling them now. Vaush and the Lollipops. Vaush and the Lollipop Guild.
So in response to everything that happened, I rightfully got pretty mad. Fired off a tweet in frustration from getting called a pedophile hundreds of times in a single day, and
All right, let's read this epic tweet out loud. All right, let me do my best Keffals impression. I hope that Ethan is happy. Labeling me and my community that is disproportionately made up of trans people all pedophiles. for simply asking him to do better research has made all the most insane anti-LGBT freaks come out of the woodworks to mock, harass, and dehumanize us. So first of all, I don't think Ethan Klein's audience is anti-LGBTQ+. Like, he's fairly left-wing, right? Like, he's a social democrat, right? Now, he could be more based and be a based libertarian socialist like yours truly. You know, maybe one day he'll get there. But no, I wouldn't say that Ethan Klein's audience consists of anti-LGBT freaks. Like, is Ethan Klein in the wrong in this situation? Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. Is Vaush also in the wrong? Abso-fucking-lutely. Right? Ethan's criticisms are mostly dog shit. Vaush should not have had drawn CP and drawn bestiality on his computer. But at the same time, to claim that, oh yeah, Ethan Klein is pushing an anti-LGBT agenda, I feel like is a bit much. I don't know. And then she replies to her own tweet by saying, at this rate, he can repair the bridge with Jordan Peterson. They both sure love to spread groomer libel against queer people. Okay, I'll try steel manning her position here, okay? So I'm guessing that the argument she's trying to make here is that because Vaush's community is disproportionately queer, and because that's the community that what's his face, Ethan Klein is referring to as lollipops, that he would be pedo-jacketing a disproportionately trans and queer community. I'm guessing that's the argument that she's making, right? But the problem that I have with Ethan Klein is not that he's pedo-jacketing a disproportionately queer community. I don't even think that variable is very relevant. I think that the issue is that he's pedo-jacketing people that aren't pedos, period. I don't even think it has anything to do with them being queer. I think that the issue is that his argument is that anybody who is defending Vaush is defending Lolly, but that's not the case. The argument that they are making, and this isn't a correct argument, mind you, but the argument that they are making is that there wasn't any lolicon on his computer. They are not defending Lolly, right? They're saying that there isn't Lolly that would be defended in the first place, right? So that's why Ethan Klein is wrong. It has nothing to do with anti-LGBT propaganda.
Fired off a tweet in frustration from getting called a pedophile hundreds of times in a single day, and thought I'd rinse my hands, move on, and go back to writing scripts for spooky.
Okay, but the reason that you're getting falsely accused of being a pedophile, which I agree is wrong, is not because you're queer, it's not because you're trans. If that was the case, then why is the same thing happening to Tipster? Is he queer? Is he trans? No, I don't think so. At least not. I don't know. Maybe he started estrogen. Who fucking knows? It is a wacky world we live in.
Videos on my new channel. Was tweeting.
You need some chapstick? That is true. I do.
While I was angry and upset, a bad idea? Probably. The sheer scope of the harassment has been unimaginable. I'd save some of the offending comments down, but honestly, that would be rewarding the people who do it. They would see me showing you it as some sort of trophy. Besides, because Ethan decided it was okay, all you need to do is scroll through the r/h3h3 production subreddit to find dozens of comments and memes calling me a pedophile. Even edgy jokes I have made in private in the past are now being used by the H3H3 audience with Ethan.
Okay, let's see what this is. Tweet. Oh wait, I almost didn't read it in the Keffals voice. My bad. Tweeting, I only have sex with girls with small breasts so I can close my eyes and pretend I'm having sex with a preteen and immediately losing 50,000 followers. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, this is a fucking nothing burger. But Ethan Klein is not personally responsible for this. So, like, who fucking cares? I'm sorry, but, like, this is not Ethan Klein's fault.
Ethan's blessings, of course.
I mean, okay, in all fairness, it is to an extent. And by that I mean, yeah, if he's pedo-jacketing people, and he kind of is, let's be real. Like, he is pedo-jacketing people, at least to a certain extent. Like, yeah, obviously it's gonna increase the amount of people that are gonna make certain insinuations, right? But, like, I'm sorry, but this is nothing. Like, this is like, oh, somebody made a fucking shitpost on the Ethan Klein subreddit. And this is Ethan Klein It's like this is a hit piece on Ethan Klein, not Ethan Klein's followers, right? It's fucking
to justify
nothing.
calling me a pedophile and dragging my reputation through the mud. I know it might be hard to believe, but the reason that I even said that in the first place was honestly gallows humor. It felt a bit empowering, at least in private, to make edgy jokes like that while thousands of people speculated about how terrible of a person I am based off of no substantive evidence.
I mean, I agree that you should be able to make as many edgy jokes as possible, or as you want, I guess. Like, I don't think that there's like anything inherently wrong with that. So like, I agree with her on that specific point. I think that edgy jokes in public would be even more based, but maybe one day. Who knows?
In 2022, when I sent this text message, I was relentlessly being called a groomer and a pedophile by conservatives due to my work advocating for transgender youth. In fact,
Okay, why do you need to make this part of the video into a political thing? This is fucking stupid. Because all you're turning this into is team sports politics. That's the issue. Is instead of making arguments about a drama that is happening interpersonally, you have to make it a political thing. So now what you are doing is you are tying LGBTQ plus causes and progressive issues to something that is optically fucking terrible. I'm not saying that Vaush, or sorry, not Vaush. I'm not saying that that like Tipster and Keffals are pro pedophilia or whatever, right? But if you're tying issues to, let's say that Vaush wasn't in the wrong at all, and that there actually wasn't lolly on his PC, this would still be a terrible fucking argument because you are tying important issues to something that everybody is perceiving to be lolicon and pedophilia. You are not helping fight against the groomer narrative. You are contributing to it by doing this shit. That's the problem.
false allegations of pedophilia in order to discredit me came up so frequently, journalists have actually written about it before. The situation only got worse when ContraPoints decided to call me out directly on Twitter.
Oh yeah, ContraPoints, no neo-Nazi and transphobe, of course. And here's what she said. All jokes aside, here's what she says. Using bogus transphobia accusations to defend a cis man's public consumption of sexually explicit childlike images is unbelievably harmful and egregious. That's all I'm going to say about this. Yes, the video is coming. Honestly, massive ContraPoints W. I wholeheartedly agree with her. She is 100,000,000% in the right. Because if you're using transphobia accusations, you are making an issue that is not, it's not a partisan issue to be against fucking lolicon, right? That's not like that's not like a right versus left thing. But if you make it into that, where the left appears to be more adjacent to pro-lolicon arguments, or arguments that appear to be in defense of lolicon, even if that's not the point of the arguments, if we're talking about purely in an optic sense, that's the outcome, right? Is people are going to associate the left with defending lolicon. You don't want to do that. That is the worst thing you can do for your own movement. Incredibly irresponsible.
Followed by blocking me despite me never publicly interacting with her throughout this controversy whatsoever. I want to choose my words carefully here and dissect how disingenuous and outright malicious ContraPoints is being here.
How is that malicious? She's right. How is she being malicious? This is like the most good faith tweet imaginable. This is not, how is this design? I don't understand. She doesn't even say Vaush is explicitly a pedophile. She literally, she's so careful with her words as well. She says sexually explicit childlike images. So she's not even saying, like, she's not even concluding that much. She's just arguing against using transphobia accusations as a means of defending Vaush in this situation. How is that dishonest? That is the least dishonest thing imaginable. That is so charitable.
ContraPoints decided to call me out directly on Twitter, followed by blocking me despite me never publicly interacting with her throughout this controversy whatsoever. I want to choose my words carefully here and dissect how disingenuous and outright malicious ContraPoints is being.
Oh, malicious. Yeah, that was so malicious of her to tweet something that is objectively and factually correct.
Here. This is a situation where on a surface level, this all seems fine, but she didn't know enough about the situation to even comment on it. I never defended any—
How do you know the amount of knowledge that she has? Hold on, let's replay that.
being here. This is a situation where on a surface level, this all seems fine, but she didn't know enough about the situation to even comment on it. I never—
You don't know how much she knows about the situation. She could have done fucking hours and hours and hours of research by this point. You have no fucking clue. You're just saying that to discredit her when you have no idea. She could have been following the entire situation, watching every single piece of content, including my fucking 8-hour defense stream of Vaush, for all you fucking know. You have no idea. Literally none. But here you are saying, she shouldn't be commenting on a situation she knows nothing about. You don't know that. You have no idea.
never defended anyone consuming sexually explicit childlike images, and yes, being dead named and misgendered alongside being called a pedophile. Hundreds of—
Stop making it about trans issues. This is not a trans issue. This is a having drawn bestiality and lolicon on your fucking computer issue. I'm sorry, as somebody who is trans femme that has been pedo-jacketed before, okay? I have had people pedo-jacket me, okay? This is a real thing that happens. This is fucking disgusting. You are not helping. You are not helping. This is incredibly irresponsible. This makes the groomer narrative worse. You're just adding fuel to the fire. It would be better if you just didn't say anything. But it's like she doesn't care that she's adding fuel to the fire. Because, hey, she gets fucking content out of this, I guess.
times in a single day is transphobic. And this started after Ethan Klein decided to call me a pedophile. If you want a pretty clear example of how—
Are you not going to include the fact that Ethan Klein also called Tipster a pedophile? Again, I don't think that Keffals or Tipster are pedophiles. But you can't make this about a trans issue if Ethan Klein is not basing whether or not he calls somebody a pedophile off of whether or not they're trans. Is Tipster trans? No, I don't think so. So again, stop making this about trans issues. It is not about trans issues, and making it about trans issues only adds fuel to the fire that is the conservative narrative against trans people.
how Ethan's rhetoric has led to transphobia. BadEmpanada, a leftist YouTuber with 100—
Yes, because Ethan Klein is personally responsible for what some completely unrelated retard on the internet says on their own YouTube channel.
120K subscribers, said that as a collective, trans people are racist pedophiles in response to watching Ethan mock the concept of pedo—
Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't his position before watching it. And that he wasn't just using that as an excuse to have this confirmation bias against trans people. You fucking idiot.
jacketing.
The pedo jacket trans people. First of all,
Whoa.
I didn't say anything about trans people, and the fact that you even brought that up in this conversation is really fucked.
That's so fucking...
Ethan is right there. Also, thank you, Hoopty Scoopty, for the $1. I got too high last night and got, like, vertigo, and my body started swaying and then flailing and then jerking around, but I was able to manage it and then got some of the best sleep ever. That's good to hear, I guess. Getting good sleep. Also bottom. I'm not a bottom. Shut up. Okay, we need to continue, all right?
fucking weird too. Like, a lot of these people, I honestly just they seem to like be obsessed with using trans identity to like defend the indefensible. Like,
Yes, this part is actually correct. This part of what he's saying is true.
you're not attacking them because their opinions is dog shit because they're defending horrible things because they are horrible people. No, the only possible thing is because they are trans. Like,
Yeah, if that was the case, then why the fuck would Ethan Klein also be pedo-jacketing Tipster? Again, he shouldn't be pedo-jacketing anybody, but this isn't a trans issue.
they are honestly, as a collective, they are on average pedophiles, white.
Okay, and that part, that's where he lost me. He had me in the first half, but after he's saying, yeah, trans people are disproportionately pedophiles. Yeah, that's why I think he's a fucking retard. Like, this dude is a spurg, but he doesn't represent what Ethan Klein actually believes. This is a fucking terrible criticism. It's like, rather than doing a hit piece on Ethan Klein, it's like the majority of the hit piece so far has been people that aren't Ethan Klein, that Ethan Klein has never endorsed or has anything to do with, saying positions that Ethan Klein has never stated and has actually said the complete contrary.
Racist, yet they like, you know, they're pedophiles who do racism.
This is retarded.
From a position of whiteness, and they defend themselves from a position
so
of kindness. And it's fucking
Like, why are
disgusting.
you?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's a fucking retard. Like, I think that we can all agree. Me, Keffals, Vaush, Ethan Klein, Nicholas Diorio, Nick Fuentes, we can all agree, despite being completely different, we can all agree that this balding fuck is a complete retard. We can all agree on that.
I think that people need to be careful about false allegations of pedophilia.
I agree, but stop making it a trans issue.
And in fact, this was something that Ethan Klein knew all too well, because he rightfully put Keemstar on blast back in 2016 for falsely accusing RuneScape Twitch streamer Tony Winchester of being a pedophile, resulting in years-long intense harassment.
He falsely accused an elderly streamer of being a convicted pedophile. Ugh. I mean, how does he ever even live this one down? And do you know what his evidence was? Wait for it. He looked like the guy in the photo. Yeah, that's it. Now, Keemstar likes to act like him and Tony are all good. But here's a clip of Tony talking about the incident 1.5 years later, describing how this one mishap on Keemstar's...
Notice how the part where she's showing Ethan Klein footage is like really old shit to make this really weak point of hypocrisy. It's like she's not even engaging with any of the things that Ethan Klein is saying right now. Like, what? But, I mean, Ethan Klein is bad faith, but this is even more bad faith. It's not even that hard to argue against Ethan Klein. He's a fucking retard. But this is your best argument? Is, well, you see, in 2016, he said that false pedophilia accusations are bad. Oh my god, Ethan Klein, oh, holy shit, everybody. Oh my god, he's not gonna recover from that. What a strong argument.
Drama alert. Ended up with years of endless harassment for him. Have a listen.
One time I had, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people threatened to kill my family, harassing my sister, my nephews. I mean, me, you know, they were just, they hacked my RuneScape account. They hacked our YouTube channel. They did more crap than you can even possibly imagine.
This literally has nothing to do with any of the Vaush stuff. This is completely irrelevant. This is such a bad argument.
Okay, all about how I'm a child molester and a pedophile. Anyway, I sent a little Twitter out. I just said, Keemstar, just so you know, your BS a year and a half ago.
Also, if people are going to spam in chat, Rise, you should ban them.
Still causes me trouble every day.
It's just outright disgusting to me that Ethan Klein is willing to call people pedophiles seemingly without any consideration for the ramifications of his actions. And even
I agree that he shouldn't make false pedophilia insinuations, right? Like, I will say that, yeah, sure, Ethan Klein, yeah, sort of insinuated it. Like, but again, finding old clips from 2016 to make this point, really? Like, you're dedicated, it's like, it would be one thing if she, like, briefly mentioned it. Okay, fine, whatever. But she's dedicating an entire segment to something from 2016 to make a really mediocre point about hypocrisy.
more disgusting that he has put others on blast for doing the same thing that he is doing now. But of course, maybe over the years he stopped caring about right or wrong, as throughout most of his recent stream when he engaged in all of this vitriolic behavior, he made sure to let everyone know how much money he was making doing this.
And I'll tell you this, Vaush and friends, I am making money right now.
I literally don't care. Yeah, no shit, he's making money. Who fucking cares? I'm sorry.
And I hope that bothers you. I'm gonna make a ton of money right now, bro. And you know what? I don't give a fuck.
It's just so sad to see. What happened to the Ethan that was standing up for Tony Winchester? I mean, this is how—
Stop bringing up Tony Winchester. He has nothing to do with this. Let the man rest in peace. Jesus Christ.
how Ethan reacted to me wanting to de-escalate this conflict, because I genuinely care about the people that are involved in this.
She said,
I don't know. You keep bringing fucking Tony Winchester into this. What? Tony Winchester, who has nothing to do with this. He died in 2022. He's not relevant to the situation. Stop talking about it.
Says, I'll try giving him a call later to see if this can be sorted instead of becoming online blood sports. Well,
She does not genuinely care, Lamau. Yeah, exactly. It's all just a bunch of disingenuous bullshit virtue signaling nonsense. It's fucking brain dead.
listen, that's kind of my business. We're in a bloody business. And y'all just defended animated CP, so let's giddy up.
He even went as far as to say that he knew he was engaging in defamation and encouraged Vaush to sue him.
Vaush should
Did he say that?
legitimately sue Ethan for slander. Someone says, as nice as that would be, I doubt there's enough case to have a case. No, there is. The amount of slander and false accusations are more than enough for a solid lawsuit. I said, I'm begging you.
Wait, that sounds like him reading something out loud. I don't think that that's him saying that there's enough evidence for a solid lawsuit. I thought you had a... Keffals, if we're going to make arguments of hypocrisy, fair enough. But what about the argument against clip chimping? You know, that was like one of the main defenses of Vaush, is that he was getting taken out of context. Is that not what you're doing? Are you not taking that out of context? If it's him reading a fucking donation, which that's what it sounds like, I don't think he's saying that, oh yeah, no, there's enough evidence for a defamation case. I am defaming Vaush. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's not saying he's defaming Vaush, you fucking idiot. Oh my god, she's so stupid. Yup, Keffals and Tipster are just too partisan. They wouldn't do this for anyone but... Okay, Tipster, I genuinely believe, is arguing in good faith. He's wrong, but he seems like he's good faith. Keffals, I think, is slimy and disingenuous. I genuinely believe that if Tipster is presented with the right arguments, much like me, he will also change his position. But again, it took me 10 hours of analyzing the evidence and interpreting it to come to the conclusion that Vaush is guilty, right? Again, innocent until proven guilty. Very good standard to have. And I just believe that Tipster is good faith because he doesn't have all the information, right? But if he did, I believe that he would agree with me, right? Let's continue.
Please, I'll even crowdfund for you to sue me. Let's do it. And I'm being dead serious. I would be fucking...
Has Tipster ever disagreed with Keffals, let alone openly criticized her? Okay, I do think that, okay, if I'm going to be honest, I think that Tipster has a similar problem to Jalen, where he's, like, extremely loyal and, trusts people too easily. That's my guess. But, yeah, I don't know. He doesn't come across as bad faith, though.
Fucking over the moon if you sue me, please, bro. Yeah.
Going back to ContraPoints for a moment, ContraPoints absolutely knows what she is doing and is being...
What is she doing? What is she doing? Could you explain what she's doing that's wrong?
Intentionally malicious.
Intentionally malicious. Can you prove that that's her intention, or are you just going to assert that as a fact? Because saying she's malicious doesn't make it true, right? Even if she was wrong, that doesn't mean she's malicious. That would just mean that she's wrong, right? So, again, this is not an argument.
Lying and saying that I am defending someone's consumption of childlike sexual images and calling me harmful to the trans community.
You know what? Yes, at this point, you are harmful to the trans community. I agree with that. You are harming the trans community by doing this. It's like you're giving anti-trans conservatives a fucking gold mine here. Because all they have to do is say, look, the biggest advocates for trans issues are also defending lolicon. Isn't that curious? That's what happens when you make this a fucking transgender issue. Even if you were in the right, you still shouldn't make it about trans issues. But of course, it's not actually about that. It's about you virtue signaling to your audience.
She, a significantly larger creator, basically gave the signal to everyone to dismiss all of my criticisms, and in fact to escalate the harassment even further.
No. Her message was that you shouldn't pull the fucking transphobia card when talking about this. That's all she was saying.
Further. The worst part about all of this is
she didn't even say Keffals made one bad point, therefore you should disregard every single other one of her criticisms. She made a criticism of you, but somehow that is turned into her completely trying to discredit me and all of my other criticisms and all of the valid things I've said. But that's not what Contra said. That's a straw man.
Is how disproportionate it is. I only have 43,000 subscribers on my main YouTube channel, and I'm...
Keffals has probably made more people transphobic than pro-trans. You know what? Honestly, at this point, I'm starting to agree with you. Genuinely. Like, I think that she would actually do more good for the trans community if she came out as a white nationalist.
Getting my reputation dragged through the mud by people who have tens of millions of subscribers collectively between all their platforms. What I think is even more heinous, however, is that ContraPoints discussed in her video canceling how harmful and damaging it is when smaller creators have false allegations spread against them.
Oh, God.
Unlike larger creators like Ethan Klein, who have the money to pay for PR and can easily—
Wait, the money to pay for PR? What? Wait, hold on. It wouldn't just be the money to pay for PR. I agree that, like, the larger you are as a creator, the harder it is to get canceled. But at the same time, the larger you are as a creator, in another sense, the easier it is to get canceled, in the sense that more people are going to talk about it. If you fuck up big time as a large creator, everybody knows. Everybody knows what the fuck up is. Whereas if you're a small creator, it might get brushed under the rug. People might not know about it. In fact, I think that this is more damaging to Vaush now than the Poppy stuff was, which was arguably worse. Why? Because Vaush is much larger and much more known now than he was when he was Irish Laddie. I genuinely believe that if he did the Poppy stuff now and got exposed for it instead of this, that it would be even larger than this situation that's currently unfolding.
bounce back.
I've also become very disillusioned with the way these accusations are thrown around so frivolously on social media. By the way—
Wait, hold on. You're seriously going to use this as a point of hypocrisy?
The way these accusations are thrown around so frivolously on social—
So Keffals is emphasizing the part where it says defending a man's public consumption of sexually explicit childlike images. But that's not slander. That's what was in his folder. You can look and see what is inside the folder. That's what's in there. That's not slander. What? That is objectively what's in the folder.
Social media. By the way, they're used to escalate conflict instead of promote understanding. And by the way, they're sometimes weaponized to destroy people who have made mistakes, but—
Having bestiality drawings and lolly in your folder is more than just a mistake. This isn't hypocrisy. Keffals, no. Why are you doing this? This is embarrassing.
Who really don't deserve to be destroyed. Now maybe you're thinking, destroyed? What do you mean destroyed? James is a 20-year-old millionaire on his way to owning his own makeup empire. And you are completely correct. If you're James Charles, if you're a superstar, then being cancelled most likely does not destroy you. The cancelers blend into the general backdrop of haters, and they can set you back.
This is not a point of hypocrisy, by the way. Now, if you want to argue that, okay, yeah, Vaush had some disturbing shit in his PC, but I think he deserves a second chance. He just needs to take accountability. I think that that's a perfectly fine position to hold, right? I might actually agree with that. But to claim that Vaush is completely innocent and he's being slandered as people rightfully point out the fact that there is literally drawn CP in his computer is disingenuous at best. Delusional at best and disingenuous at worst.
Back a few million subscribers and a lot of emotional turmoil, but in the long run, they can't really touch your success. But here's the thing. What if you're not James Charles? What if you're a small creator? What if you can't afford public relations help? What if you belong to a marginalized community?
No, oh my god, Keffals is seriously doing the fucking small bean thing. Oh, I'm just such a small bean. I only have 54,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Oh, poor me. I can't defend myself.
And you rely on that community for support. Well, in that case—
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
You know what? Instead of doing the same small bean bullshit that Keffals is doing, Keffals, you have a larger platform than me. You have 56 times the amount of subscribers that I have. I'm a 1K sub channel. So if you're watching this, I urge you to talk about this. Because instead of doing the, oh, I'm just a poor little small bean ooh woo fucking bullshit, I actually have a fucking spine and would rather you react to this, okay? And maybe if you're able to present some good counter arguments, you know, I am gonna be all ears, but you're not gonna do that because there are no good counter arguments to any of the things I'm saying because I'm objectively right and you're objectively wrong. So once again, I am beyond fucking disappointed in Keffals. Incredibly disappointed.
You should
Destroy
yourself now and give somebody else a piece of that oxygen and ozone layer that's covered up so that we can breathe inside this blue trapped bubble.
I feel like throughout this entire fiasco, the things I have actually been upset about were simply ignored, and I want to lay out my arguments, as well as address some of the accusations made against me, both by Ethan Klein and ContraPoints. What I'm upset about—
What did ContraPoints accuse you of? What did she accuse you of? Please tell me. What did she accuse you of?
in this situation more than anything is Ethan presenting his audience clips from Vaush's streams that deliberately cut out very important context. For instance, this is a clip that Ethan Klein played on—
Okay, so I do believe that Ethan Klein did misrepresent old arguments that Vaush made in the past. But that doesn't change the fact that there was some not very good things in his folder, to say the very least, okay? That doesn't change what was in his folder. I saw the fucking folder, okay? I don't want to hear any of this fucking bullshit.
on his show to prove that Vaush is a pedophile.
Here's
Funny pot in our own chat.
It's funny because people go, "Oh, he's taken out of context," but listen what he says.
Yes, 100%. Listen very carefully to the exact language that I use.
Listen very carefully as I express myself articulately and clearly as I possibly can.
I've yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal.
That was pretty bad, right? Here's what was said immediately after that clip was played, which was not shown on Ethan's stream.
He showed all of the context Keffals shows, lol. Is that true? It was a few days ago when we went over the Ethan Klein stream. So I don't remember how much context he showed, but if that's the case, this is really disingenuous from Keffals.
File porn, like drone stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal. Actual child pornography. How's that for a hot fucking...
So he did show the so she's just lying? She's literally just lying then. She's literally just lying. Now you could say that Ethan Klein was being disingenuous when he talked about the context. Because if that's the case, then I would actually agree. Because Ethan Klein then went on to say, yeah, you know, this might, you know, be the context or whatever, but it doesn't matter because he still said the thing. And he basically alluded to the fact that he thinks that the out-of-context clip is a more accurate representation of what Vaush genuinely believes than the in-context version, which is obviously fucking stupid, right? Terrible argument from Ethan. I couldn't agree more. But to claim that he deliberately cut out this specific context would be wrong. He didn't cut it out. He lied about it, sure. That would be a fair thing to say, but he didn't cut it out. So don't be fucking disingenuous here and say that he did if he didn't.
Now to clarify on this take, as I feel it necessary to do so, we do not, in this country...
Ethan kept saying he was showing the context because he didn't want people to say he was... Yeah, and some of the context he showed, he didn't show all of the context. I will say, there was some context I think that he didn't show, right? But he showed some of the context, but he would pause, he would do the thing where he pauses it every 2 seconds and talk over it, not really listen to what was being said, and then was like, yeah, I think this is actually just Vaush lying about what he believes, and that the out-of-context version was more accurate. So that was the issue with Ethan Klein, right? It wasn't that he cut out all of the context and only showed the out-of-context clips.
Typically criminalize people who have procured media or resources which were the product of abuse. It is not illegal to own necklaces that have slave diamonds or whatever. What are they called? Yeah, blood diamonds. Yeah, all of our clothes produced by sweatshops, our computers with silicon and lithium mined from literal fucking slaves. In our society, we have already deemed that people are not responsible for the mechanisms by which the media they consume and the content they engage with are produced. No. Right now. You like that argument? Ooh, you like that? You like that moral culpability? You're all worse than fucking CP owners, and I am too. Do you like that? No ethical consumption under capitalism. Shit sucks, right? But if we accept that...
So, the no ethical consumption after capitalism, we actually went over a huge segment of the vegan gains debate between Vaush and vegan gains, and he made a similar point. And it seems to be the case that Vaush is of the belief that there's no such thing as ethical consumption within capitalism. and that therefore it doesn't even really matter if he eats meat, because no matter what, he has to participate in capitalism, so it's all unethical no matter what, so it doesn't matter, right? So even though Ethan Klein wasn't really able to make a case for this, you could actually make the case, and I believe Synth made the case for this when I talked to her, that because because Vaush takes this position of, well, it's all unethical, so who cares, basically, which is antithetical to what he should be advocating for as a consequentialist, but I digress. If he is like, well, it's all unethical under capitalism, so who cares, and it's CP, all of these other things that we do are just as bad as CP, but we do them anyway, and he admits that he does them anyway. Could that not be potentially a justification for also consuming CP because of all of the other things you do that are supposedly morally equivalent to it? Would it not be any better than that? Again, I'm not saying that these arguments in of themselves would be enough to say that Vaush is defending CP. But if you recontextualize them, this could actually be and I'm not even saying this was Vaush's intention, but you could make the case that, yeah, this could be a rationalization for having CP. Again, this doesn't mean that Vaush has CP, right? He had Lolicon. I'm not going to say he had CP. But again, within the context of everything that's come out recently, I think that, sure, you could make an argument for it being worth going over. Also, if you're going to spam in chat, I'm just going to... Yeah, oops. Oh no, he disappeared. That's so wacky and weird. Anyways, let's continue.
That argument for slave labor, then we definitely have to accept it for child pornography. None of it is... Yeah, I agree. None of it is ethical. But we've already made this social decision that people are not responsible for the systems by which the stuff they own is produced. We've already made that decision.
None of it is ethical. That's an interesting take from Vaush. If none of it is ethical and he engages with some of it, why not engage with all of it? This is the argument he basically used in the vegan debate. Shit argument. He could even make the same argument if he includes CP, right? Again, this isn't evidence to incriminate Vaush, but I understand why someone would make that argument, actually knowing the context.
You're right, but you're kind of revealing your power level. No, this is exactly what I fucking mean. I'm right, but I'm revealing my fucking pedo power level because I'm right. No, this is a moral inconsistency in society. The answer should be that all of these things are bad.
So I agree that sure, all of the things are bad, right? But like the magnitude to which something is bad is obviously going to matter.
It was a common occurrence throughout all of Ethan Klein's coverage of Vaush. Here's the most heinous time that it occurred.
Please, right now, uncuck your dumb shit libcuck fucking SJW brains and recognize this empirically correct fact that I am about.
Once again, he sets it up in the clearest terms possible.
Yeah, obviously Vaush is overconfident in a lot of these clips. Like, no shit, right? That doesn't impugn him more.
Clear your ears out, everybody. Sit down and listen to every word, which I mean with my whole body and soul.
Spit.
CP is not a commodity, though. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're an actual utilitarian, which I'm starting to believe Vaush isn't, right? If you're an actual utilitarian, then your goal would be to reduce as much harm as possible. That's not to say that there's no harm, right? But it wouldn't be unethical to be a consumer under capitalism, because what is the alternative? You go homeless and starve? Well, that doesn't increase utility. So the most ethical thing you can do in a capitalist system, unfortunately, is to participate in the system. That you might disagree with ethically, that's fine. I don't blame you for that. But you still have to participate in it. What is the alternative? Like, is the most ethical thing you can do live in the fucking woods or die or some shit? No, that's insane.
Possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well.
That's game. I don't know how he survived that one.
What?
I don't know how he Survived that one.
Once again, absolutely horrendous, right? Absolutely no way this could be justified, correct? Now I'll show you the full clip with the context from before and after the clip was played, which Ethan Klein did not show his audience.
Not that you guys misunderstood. I just think that this is very dumb for you to misunderstand this point.
By the way, I want to make it clear that Ethan Klein's arguments against Vaush are not done in good faith, right? Like, I think that Ethan Klein is a fucking retard for how he's handled this, right? And I think that most of the, like, it's not like, that's the thing, is Ethan Klein didn't actually watch any of these debates, right? I watched a good chunk of the fucking vegan gains debate, okay? So, I'm way more qualified to make assessments regarding this.
It's not like you guys misunderstood. It's just like, this is embarrassing. Okay, look, this is super duper simple, okay? A utilitarianism act.
He's super hyperbolic for the sake of comedy. Yeah, I think that in terms of the way that Vaush frames his arguments in a lot of these, it's just him being retarded, right? Like, I don't think that it morally impugns him necessarily, right? I think that it makes sense to go over, but the way that Ethan Klein did it was intellectually dishonest, right? Like, I feel like the way I did it, like going over the the debate between him and Vegan Gains and actually watching it, because that was one of the debates that got clip shimped or whatever, right? I feel like that had a lot more nuance, right? And like, my immediate conclusion wasn't, this is definitive proof that Vaush is a big defender of CP, right? But it's still kind of weird. Like, it's hard to watch that knowing what we know now, right? Does that make sense? It's not to say that, like, it single-handedly impugns him. I hope I'm making sense here.
Utilitarianism is about considering the consequences of a specific action, okay? It is possible, please right now uncuck your dumb shit libcuck fucking SJW brains and recognize this empirically correct fact that I'm about to spit. It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well. That is possible.
Yeah, this is a fucking terrible argument, by the way, from Vaush. Again, this is just an example of him being dumb and not understanding act utilitarianism. Like, it's like, does he even know what the concept of, for instance, predicted utility is? It feels like he doesn't, right? Because it's going to be the case that the predicted utility of any given situation in which a small child, like an 8-year-old, and a 35-year-old having sexual intercourse is going to have a negative outcome. What are the positive outcomes that could come from that? That would come from that, right? What would be a situation that you could predict would have more utility? Please, explain that one to me, Vaush. Name a single situation where you can predict that the utility will be increased if a 35-year-old fucks an 8-year-old. How, I don't get it. It's a fucking terrible argument. This doesn't make him a pedo. It makes him retarded.
However, categorically, we discourage those relationships because, as a rule, it is substantially more likely that enabling them would cause...
yeah, we need rule utilitarianism to account for all of the situations in which the 35-year-olds fucking 8-year-olds has an increase in utility and is beneficial for the child and the adult. Yeah, because that totally happens. Yeah, oh, yeah, great argument, Vaush.
Cause harm in society. That's the difference between act and rule utilitarianism.
Yeah, the main crime that Vaush has committed here is not understanding act utilitarianism. He's a fucking retard.
An act utilitarian would say, oh, this is an instance where it was good for the adult and the minor to have sex? That would...
No, that's not what an act utilitarian would say, you fucking idiot. Because how the fuck would you know that it would have a positive impact on both parties? You wouldn't. You would know that there's like a 99.999999999% chance that it negatively affects the child. You know that for a fact. What would the situation be in which it magically has a positive impact on the child? You fucking moron.
Would make it a good action. But the rule utilitarian, which is what I am, would say, even though that individual outcome was good, the act was still bad because in general, in a broader application...
He has no clue what he's talking about. He doesn't understand the concept of predicted utility. He's a fucking idiot.
For adults and children to have sex with one another leads to horribly destructive outcomes. For that reason, it is an unethical act. So...
No. But that gets addressed by predicted utility, right? Because you would be able to predict the fact that, yeah, this causes harm to the child, right? Like, let's say magically that the outcome somehow was that it benefits both the child and the adult. How the fuck would you know that beforehand? You wouldn't. You would know that statistically, it would be way more likely to have a negative impact on the child. So as an individual action, you wouldn't do it. That's the point of predicted utility and predicting the utility that would come from the actions. And while it could be the case that there is an individual situation in which it would benefit both parties involved, it would still be the case that you would want to lock the person up, the adult, the 35-year-old who fucked the 8-year-old, because they would do something similar again, most likely, in which case you would again be able to predict that the utility would be negative. So once again, terrible argument from Vaush. This doesn't make him a pedo, it makes him retarded though. That's my opinion.
So on the off chance it might help someone, we just allow everyone to engage in a generally destructive practice, except that's the literal exact opposite of what I am saying. Do you have fucking brainworms? By Fairy 79, I literally made the opposite of that point. I literally just explained the opposite of what you just said. That no, just because on the off chance it might help someone, we shouldn't categorically support one action because I am a rule utilitarian.
Another thing that really bothered me was that Ethan never showed any of the numerous times that Vaush has talked about how CP is bad throughout his years of being on the platform.
I think the best thing you can do if you want to find out the truth of what he said is find the original debates and watch the entire debate, right? Like if you're going to make claims about, oh yeah, okay, this is what he said and here's the context, like you want to know what you're talking about. You want to know what the points he's making are, right? Like that's kind of important.
The vegan gains debate, that's a solid F. Not only did I not make my arguments well, at one point I made my anti-child pornography argument so poorly that it got clipped out of context and people are using it.
Wait, the anti-CP argument, it wasn't an argument against CP, it was an argument using CP as a fixed point that is negative as an argument against other things that are not CP.
As an argument that I support child pornography. My basic argument is that, like, why is child pornography bad? Because to produce it, you have to hurt children. Because it hurts people to produce it, yeah? Producing child porn requires harming a child. The argument I'm making is that it frustrates me that liberals recognize child pornography as bad. Great, nice, well done. But then they're really, really defensive of, like, global commodity production chains that involve child slave labor. Like, they'll talk that off, like, really, really, really readily, you know? Like, oh, well, there's no other choice. Oh, you know, like, whatever. For example.
To Vaush because I've known.
Hey, no, hey, me too, buddy.
Now, I'll be honest. I'm being charitable to Vaush because I've known him for a long time. I've seen him get slandered and lied about as a constant thing throughout his entire career.
I think it's completely fair to be charitable to Vaush, by the way, right? Like, there's a reason I did an 8-hour stream defending him, right? It was only after seeing sufficient evidence to prove that he's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt that I changed my position, which I think is a reasonable thing to do, right? Now, obviously, you don't want to just go in blindly and start levying all sorts of accusations all willy-nilly, right? You shouldn't do that, right? But I think it's fair to be charitable, right? Like, I don't have an issue with that. I think that you have to be dumb to think otherwise, right?
I don't think he's lying when he said he didn't know those images were lolly. For those who didn't watch the video linked at the beginning of this one, this is how Vaush responded when the news went viral. Another thing which Ethan conveniently did not play during his stream.
He's a Reddit edgelord who loves saying shocking things, and it does get the views, but it makes for unfortunate clips. In the end, it's not an accurate representation of his positions. Oh no, I agree with that. I agree with that, right? Like any argument you make about those things that he said, right, relating to the whatever, pedophilia or whatever, right? All of that is speculation. I want to make that clear, right? Like the reason I fucking steelmanned, I guess, like a point you could make about the clips, is because I understand that, okay, there is a point or an argument you could make. That doesn't mean it's a correct argument, but I could see where it would come from, like in good faith, right? but it's not like an argument that I would personally make. But yeah.
They say you downloaded Lolicon. Deliberately disingenuous framing. I'll explain the whole thing. For those who don't know, 4 days ago, I was doing what I do, which is showing chat men's formal wear and talking at them about it.
We're not going to watch that entire clip.
And I was going to open...
Because I agree context is important, but like we went over this entire video on a stream.
Like 6 head stall. She literally, like, it's like, apparently the reason why people have said that is completely reject that line of logic. It just looked like a normal drawing.
As I went over my past video, the images were of Netsuro Matsuri, a popular Japanese VTuber who is canonically 16 years old. The thing
Okay, yeah, and I've actually argued against this specific point, which is that, yeah, I don't think that whether or not, like, the VTuber is canonically 16 is relevant to the discussion, right? Like, if Vaush just randomly stumbles across an NSFW image of this VTuber, it's like, you can't expect him to do, like, 30 minutes of research every time he sees an NSFW drawing on Twitter, right? Like, that's fucking insane, right? Like, no. That's a terrible argument, right? But that doesn't change the images where you can tell just by looking at them that they are that thing, right?
I found incredibly disgusting about her is that the creator behind this
he 100% did. Well, we can't know that, right? We don't know if he knew like the canonical age, right? Like, I'm not going to be uncharitable, even though I think Vaush is in the wrong, right?
persona actually encourages her fans.
She looks younger though. Are we talking about the VTuber model or the image that was of the VTuber model, right? Again, I don't think that the canonical age of the VTuber model is relevant if Vaush didn't know the age, and I'm going to assume that he didn't, right? Again, charitability is important, period.
To make NSFW art of her underage VTuber rig. A cursory glance of her Twitter shows that she actually has a hashtag in her bio where she encourages her fans to make this kind of art, and it receives staggering amounts of likes.
Is it bad faith to believe that Vaush didn't know they looked super young? I mean, I wouldn't want to admit it if I was him also. I don't know. I mean, I could see either argument being made. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on whether or not you've seen what's in the folder. I think that's like the most important variable, right? Like if you've seen the folder, then that's sort of going to be like the main variable that determines like, okay, how obvious is this, right? But it's like, okay, if you look at the proportions of the characters, right? It's like, okay, I'm sorry, but like if the head is like super large compared to the body and like the titties are like super small and underdeveloped and the body looks underdeveloped and it looks like a child, like I don't know. At that point it's like you know, yeah, that might be a little bit I don't know. I don't know how much you could make the argument that he didn't know if you've seen it. It's like also one of those things where it's like, I don't even like to think about it. If you're literally saving it to your computer, I'd expect you to search more into it first. I disagree. Like, I don't think that you should have to do 30 minutes of research to save an image to your computer. I think that's like a bit much.
Likes and comments. I think it's beyond.
One of the pics was really bad. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, okay, that looks like a fucking child. Like, okay, all right, Vaush, that's not a goblin. Okay, that's not a short stack goblin. That looks like a child. Okay, I'm sorry.
Beyond reprehensible. And I'm mentioning this specifically because I haven't seen anyone do commentary on this or be.
This is literally just whataboutism. I'm sorry. Like, you don't have to criticize every lolicon VTuber to criticize Vaush. I'm sorry. This is fucking brain dead. Now, I would argue that, okay, maybe the harm is overstated of what Vaush had in his folder or whatever. You could make that argument, and I won't even disagree with it. But of course, that's not even a line of discourse that they're going to engage with, so we're not going to go there, right? Instead, we'll treat it like a fixed point because, personally, I'm kind of agnostic. It's like, yeah, it seems kind of bad, but like, is it really the worst thing in the world? It's like, I mean, it's not good. It's definitely not a good thing, right? But it's like, there are worse things out there. right? Like there are worse issues that are more important to care about, right? Like it's like, okay, sure, it's bad, but I'm not going to be like on the front lines condemning lolicon 24/7. I just don't care that much, right?
The outrage about the creator who is encouraging this content to be created. So often I feel in situations like this one, everyone is incredibly quick to get angry at the consumers, and rightfully so. But the most evil people are the producers and the distributors, as they grease the wheels of an industry that at its core is built on the untold suffering of children.
This is a terrible fucking argument. Like, this would just be an argument in defense of people that download actual CP. Ah, well, you see, it's why is nobody talking about the producers of CP? Yeah, imagine you're in court because you got caught with CP on your computer. Your Honor, I know that I had this fucking terrible illegal shit on my PC that contributes to increasing supply and demand of something that harms children, but what about the person that produced it? Why aren't you morally condemning them?
All across the world. With all this said, I believe Vaush when he said that all of this was a mistake. If you believe that this is a situation where no one could possibly make that mistake, you should also show that outrage to Ethan, but it's a cartoon Klein.
I just want to say I thought she's hot. That's it. You didn't? She was like a lady. She's not a little girl.
This is whataboutism. This is literally just whataboutism. I just don't care.
A full-blown 17? Fuck. But it's a cartoon. It's a
On the topic of Ethan Klein, I want to address one of the criticisms.
I mean, yeah, obviously that clip is kind of cringe, not gonna lie. Like, it definitely doesn't make Ethan Klein look good. So I guess because this is a video, that has, if it's meant to criticize Ethan Klein, then sure, I guess, fair enough. If it's not just a defense of Vaush, okay, I guess.
Criticisms he made, which is that I cynically weaponized my trans identity in this situation in order to manipulate people.
I mean, yeah, you kind of did. You made it into a trans issue when it didn't have to be one.
What did you have to say? It shouldn't be acceptable for people who are supposedly leftist or progressive to pedo jacket trans people. First of all,
whoa. Don't, like, this is a terrible argument. Like, if he was exclusively pedo jacketing Keffals, okay, yeah, I'd agree, right? But he pedo jackets people indiscriminately. So I don't want to hear this, oh no, he's pedo jacketing the poor innocent trans people. You mean the trans people like Tipster? Oh, okay, no. It's still wrong for him to pedo jacket, but to claim that it's on the basis of you being trans is a fucking lie. If that was the case, he wouldn't be pedo jacketing Tipster, who isn't trans.
I didn't say anything about trans people, and the fact that you even brought that up in this conversation is really fucked. Like, why are you, I feel like she's using her trans identity to run defense for a very valid criticism. I didn't say
rare Ethan W, except, okay, his actual criticism isn't entirely valid, but this specific point is
a shit about trans people, and I would never. That's a position that I loathe.
How did...
Yeah, where's the outrage for the Japanese lolly VTuber? Guys, you're not allowed to condemn Vaush until you condemn this random fucking lolly VTuber that nobody's ever fucking heard of. Like, holy shit. It's such a bad argument.
Trans people even got into the mix.
From this.
That was
We never mentioned it. It's absolutely...
Why did I used to support this person? What the fuck?
It's never discussed at all.
You want to talk about bad faith arguments? I mean, give me, you know what I mean? Give me a break. It shouldn't be acceptable for people who are... And what is the shit pedo jacketing? These people have the funniest, silliest, dumbest phrases for...
This take, obviously, from Ethan is fucking dog shit.
Serious ass shit.
Another word I've never heard.
I didn't put on what?
It literally just refers to false pedo accusations, right? Like, using that term is completely valid.
What's the jacket? Pedo jacket?
It literally just refers to people getting accused of pedophilia when they're not pedophiles. That's the whole point of the term. That's literally what it means. Like, stop acting retarded, okay?
We are already the target of that by the right. Incredibly...
It's arguments like this from Ethan that initially made me defend Vaush. Jesus Christ.
Disappointing to see from people who should know better. And again, it's this whole thing like, yo, we're leftists, so can you please not talk about my infatuation with cartoon CP?
First of all, I want to say that I don't believe Ethan Klein is transphobic. And years of insane harassment, which sometimes has bled into real-world stalking, has made me quite sensitive on this subject. I actually agree with ContraPoints on principle. Making up false allegations of transphobia in order to weaponize your identity and silence your critics is incredibly harmful for trans
Okay, then how is she being malicious?
people as a whole. Just as I believe making up false allegations of pedophilia against people is harmful, and...
When did ContraPoints do that? When did ContraPoints make false pedo accusations? Find me a single example of that. Oh wait, you can't because it didn't fucking happen.
As Ethan Klein is already aware, has lasting consequences. Trans people are just as capable of doing bad things. Trans people are just as capable of being pedophiles as cisgender people. That's why.
Okay, then stop asserting that, you see, it's actually transphobic to non-discriminately pedojacket people, including trans people. No, Keffals, it's still wrong to pedojacket people, but it's not on the basis of them being trans. If that was the case, then why the fuck would he pedojacket Tipster?
I found one part of Ethan's coverage of Vaush particularly interesting.
Well, Keem, I guess, had a situation where someone drew his daughter, and so this is personal to him. So
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So what Keem said, and I didn't know this.
know that.
Somebody, an artist that I guess Vaush is friends with, drew CP of Keem's daughter.
Disgusting.
Shortly after this point in the stream, Ethan Klein was corrected.
Okay, so just to clarify, there was an artist that drew some lolly that supposedly Chris from Mr. Beast's crew shared. That same artist drew Keem's daughter.
And then after finding out it was Chris from Mr. Beast who was friends with the lolicon artist and not Vaush, Tipster, or I, he just simply stopped caring and dismissed it all.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with Vaush or Tipster or anything?
So it was all...
I heard him say that they were friends.
Yeah, no, he kind of links it all
Okay,
together.
whatever. We're talking the Keemstar Vortex.
Yeah.
Okay, in all fairness to Ethan, even though a lot of his arguments have been dog shit, like, yeah, obviously he's not going to want to talk about something completely unrelated to the drama that he's meant to be talking about. The stream is about Vaush and the Vaush folder and Vaush's defenders. It's not about Chris from Mr. Beast. Like, that's fucking insane. What the hell? Why aren't you talking about this thing that's completely unrelated to the thing that's in the fucking title and thumbnail, Ethan? Very bad faith and disingenuous of you.
I don't care about any of this shit.
For those unaware, Chris Tyson for the Mr. Beast crew was a longtime fan of Shadman, an infamous lolicon artist who made NSFW art of real underage girls, including...
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about here.
Keemstar's daughter. Shadman is an evil person, first and foremost, for making me...
I agree, but this is irrelevant. This has nothing to do with anything.
...feel bad for Keemstar, possibly for the first time in my life. Chris had not only purchased custom-drawn lolly art from Shadman, but proudly displayed it in her living room. An internet...
This is whataboutism.
...that archive link still shows when in 2016, Chris tweeted, "Nothing gets my knob cranking like some lolly." But I guess Ethan approves of cranking your knob to lolly.
No, it's just not the subject matter of the stream. This is literally the same as the fucking "do you condemn Hamas" meme. It's like you'll be talking about something completely unrelated, and then the fucking randomly the Israeli-Palestinian conflict will come up, and then for the rest of the stream everyone is like, yeah, but do you condemn Hamas? It's like, but that's not the point of the stream. And actually, now that I'm thinking of it, Keffals has not condemned Hamas a single time in this video. Are you okay with the beheadings of innocent babies, Keffals? I mean, this is a serious issue. You claim to care about these causes, but you haven't condemned Hamas a single time.
Since he dismissed all of this and began praising Chris.
I like Chris. She's a great person. I've spoken with her.
Okay, are we back? Chat? Hello? Hello? Okay, are we back? Oh god, that scared the shit out of me. Let me turn that off. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think we're back. I think I fixed it, but I'm not sure. If not, let me know. It should be fixed. I think the lag is gone. If not, please tell me about it, okay? We're so back? Hell yeah. Smash like. Okay, we have 16 concurrent viewers and only 9 likes. What the hell is going on? Come on, we should have at least 16 likes. I'm just saying. Ah, fuck. It looks like it's lagging again. Alright, I'm gonna be right back in a minute, okay? Likes. I'm just saying. Okay, wait. I think we're back. Back! We fucking better be back. Holy shit! I'm actually so mad right now. Is it gonna work? Or is it just gonna not do anything and just fucking load all day? Holy shit. I think we're back. Holy fuck. That ruined the stream. There goes all the concurrent viewers. Jesus Christ. Unfucking believable. Holy fuck. I'm actually so... It's like, I don't even know how it's fucking possible to have Wi-Fi this fucking bad. It's genuinely impressive. I don't even know how it happens. But we lost a good amount of concurrent viewers because of it. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm actually so mad right now. I'm actually so mad. Call Jalen, she's crying? Wait, what? Is something happening with Jalen? I hope not. Is she streaming right now or something? No? No, I don't think she's crying or anything. Anyways, damn. Where were we? It's a stream joke? Oh, alright. I was confused for a second. Okay, sorry. Jalen's not doing too hot, though. Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, smash like if you hate when my Wi-Fi is bad. Dude, oh my god. If you don't... You guys obviously don't see this on your screen, but I'll show you now. So it is on your screen now. Fucking look at this shit, okay? We're doing well. We're doing well. I think this is... As it starts to slope down a little bit, I think that's when it started lagging a little bit. And you can tell when my Wi-Fi just won't fucking work. And, yeah, it fucked the stream. It fucked the stream. I'm so mad. I'm actually so mad. I'm genuinely furious right now. Let me know if it starts lagging again. Holy shit. Genuinely so mad. Jesus Christ. Anyways. Hi again. Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back to the show. Alright. I think enough people have come back for me to start doing this. Let me know if it lags again, okay? I'll rewind it just slightly. I think I remember the bit that I was doing. Yeah.
Pranking your not lolly, since he dismissed all of this and began praising Chris.
I like Chris. She's a great person. I've spoken with her and I really like her. I've met her a few times. So
could it possibly be the case that he just doesn't know anything about the situation?
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I haven't looked into it.
But that's...
I don't know what happened there. I haven't looked into it. So obviously, yeah, he's not going to talk about it. Well, I guess it is Ethan Klein, so maybe he fucking would. Who knows at this point? Not saying that Ethan Klein is even in the right. It's just that Vaush is even more in the wrong.
It's a problem, isn't it? It's beneficial for Ethan to attack Vaush. Vaush has a smaller platform, and so do Tipster and I. We can't fight back. But if he were to have similar energy for Chris, who missed...
Just have the bare minimum bitrate and stream at 720p if you can. No, that's not going to fix the issue. You see, the problem is not that, right? Like, the Wi-Fi will be fine for, like, 95% of the time, but it'll just stop working and nothing will work. So, like, I could be streaming at 2 kilobits a second and it still would fucking lag. Like, whenever that happens, right? Like, it doesn't even matter.
Mr. Beast defends vehemently. It would have consequences for him. The Mr. Beast channel is, after all, the second largest channel on the entire platform. By Ethan's logic, anyone who enjoys lolicon wants to have sex with children.
Next question. Simulated child porn lolly stuff?
I think it's pretty sussy.
Good.
What's that?
I think that if you have an interest in that sort of stuff, you should definitely be checking yourself as to why, you know.
I agree with that. And I would apply that same line of reasoning to Vaush.
Like, the thing that really bothers me about this shit, apart from the fact that anytime you want to look at, like, hentai on a hentai site, you have to, like, negate the tag lolly, and...
Okay, that is kind of true.
Thus 50% of the site's content. The thing that bothers me is people who pretend there's no relationship whatsoever between, like, drawn lolly shit and actual attraction to children. Of course there's a relationship between those things. It's ridiculous to pretend otherwise.
Okay.
Based?
Take it from me.
Okay.
That's the end.
Okay.
That's it.
I mean, he's right.
That's
Therefore,
right.
he just did, like, a transitive property. Therefore, I want to fuck kids.
It's not even a good point, Femyoz, because Jalen talked to Chris last year, and she admitted she only got the art for clout because it was when Shad was a big figure, but not yet known as a lolly/ped. Yeah. I think I might have looked into this, when the Chris Tyson stuff was big. Did Vaush just call Vaush a pedo? Yeah, basically.
Like, it's like a clean equation.
Yep.
He says, I watch lolly. And people who watch Lolly want to fuck kids.
Chris enjoys lolicon. She's arguably...
Yeah, why aren't you talking about Chris? And also, why haven't you condemned Hamas? Keffals, do you condemn Hamas? You better condemn Hamas. I mean, if you're making a video, how am I supposed to know that you don't support Hamas and that you condemn it if you don't say it in the video?
One of the largest trans public figures in the world, host to a channel that is beloved by millions of children. Where is this energy for protecting kids, Ethan? Or do you not care about children and only care about attacking low-hanging fruit that can't fight back? I find this...
But he's talking about the Vaush situation, not Chris from Mr. Beast. It's like, okay.
Selective moral outrage to be rather telling. It either points to the fact that you don't care about child abuse, or that you only care about it when you can use it to feather and tar people you don't like. When you can...
I mean, that could be the case. I mean, it is Ethan Klein we're dealing with. I mean, he's not necessarily an honest actor, let's be real. But, like, again, this is not the best point. Sent you the Jalen post? Wait, what? On Discord? Okay, I hope it's nothing... Average Piers Morgan viewer? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh, the do you condemn Hamas thing? Yeah. Not for real. That is such a Piers Morgan moment. Yeah, but do you condemn Hamas? Chat, I haven't seen any of you condemn Hamas. Have any of you condemned Hamas? I don't think so. I think you guys might actually be in support of Hamas. Oh, here's the Jalen tweet. Oh, this is in response to the Keffals stuff. Okay. So, here's what Jalen says, okay? Lol, in her new video, Keffals tries to paint Chris Tyson as a lolicon. She uses it as a hypocrisy argument against Ethan while throwing another trans woman under the bus. I talked to Chris about the art she got from Shadman. She had no idea that he was a lolicon. She got clout for it. Okay, based. And then a lot of people back in the day interacted with Shadman. In fact, a lot of people defended Shadman and what he did as edgy humor. He had a massive platform. I think to paint Chris as a lolicon or knowingly supporting Lolly is blatantly dishonest. And then apparently this is a DM from Chris Tyson. And if anyone ever asks, just say you talked to me and I explained it was a shitty joke to get likes from a reply from Shad. I didn't even know about all the stuff he did, but one of his first controversies, I stopped interacting with him a long time ago. Yeah, so it seems like it was mainly just him shitposting. Or, yeah, it was her shitposting, right? So, again. So, yeah, okay. So, here she is, shitposting, basically. Yeah, I bought this art from you, Shadman. I'm gonna go fucking hang that up on my wall as like a shitpost. So that was her shitposting, and now that's her being a lolly defender. Incredible. I condemn all involved. I guess that is all inclusive of Hamas, so there you go. Does she still have the art though? I don't think so.
You can easily point to someone you don't like as a pedophile, you take the first opportunity. But when you see it around you, and it feels too complicated to call out because there might be ramifications for you, you're silent. For Ethan, Keemstar falsely accusing Tony Winchester of being a pedophile alongside what happened to YouTuber Etika convinced G Fuel to drop Keemstar as a sponsor. Yet in this situation, Ethan Klein is more than comfortable calling me, Tipster, and anyone who challenges his narrative a pedophile.
Yeah, I don't think he directly said it, but he definitely insinuated it, which is basically the same thing.
Without a second thought. On the topic of selective moral outrage, let's go back to talking about our favorite transgender video essayist for a second, Natalie Wynn. What Natalie is doing here, to teach all the people in my audience who aren't trans a new word, is being a pick-me. And it's far from the first time she's done this.
How is she being a pick-me? Literally how? What is she doing that makes her a pick-me? Please tell me.
Pick me is a term used in the trans community to denote someone who acts as a token trans person in order to validate the opinions of cisgender people and to give them an air of progressiveness. This term is usually reserved for trans people like Blair White, who serve to validate the conservative worldview of trans people.
Okay, explain how Natalie Wynn is validating the conservative worldview. This is fucking stupid.
Although ContraPoints,
because she disagreed with Keffals. This is true. Anyone that dares disagree with Keffals is either a tanky who hates trans people or a Nazi who hates trans people. Those are the only two ways you can disagree with Keffals. There couldn't possibly be a third option, which is that you don't think it's okay to have drawn bestiality or drawn CP in your computer, or even an infinite number of possibilities that allow you to believe and say an infinite number of things that aren't what Keffals agrees with.
Often posits herself as far more radical than she is. She's basically the inverse of Blair White. She is the Democratic wing of the popular trans YouTubers.
What? What does that even mean? What are you talking about?
ContraPoints is truly consistent in her position that people who hurt children and those who defend them shouldn't have a platform. She shouldn't have allowed herself to be used as a public relations win by Hillary Clinton, who just this—
What? What? This is so bad. Oh my god. This is embarrassing. Why? Keffals, why are you like this? What does this have to do with anything?
This year was named on the Epstein list. It has long been known her pedo husband Bill was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, with his name appearing on the flight.
Did Bill Clinton know that Epstein was a pedo though? This is oh my god. So this is guilt by association, basically. So basically, because ContraPoints associated with someone who's associated with somebody that's bad, that somehow makes ContraPoints a hypocrite. Or maybe, just maybe, she wanted Hillary Clinton to win the 2016 election because she was the lesser of two evils. You think maybe that had something to do with it? You fucking idiot. But Keffals, you would agree that Hillary Clinton was less bad of an option than Donald Trump. In fact, I would be fucking shocked if you lived in America, considering your politics, if you wouldn't have voted for Hillary Clinton. But of course, that's not important to you. As an argument, you're just gonna ignore that.
Flight logs of the Lolita Express and eyewitness testimony confirming he had in fact visited Epstein.
Worst part is when she claimed that BadEmpanada was transphobic because of Ethan Klein. Ah yes, notorious trans ally BadEmpanada converted into staunch transphobe by Ethan Klein. Yeah, no, that shit was so fucking embarrassing. That was one of the worst arguments ever. It was, oh my god, it was hilariously bad.
Island on more than one occasion. And despite this, Natalie Wynn allowed Clinton to use her status as a popular trans YouTuber to launder her reputation.
You mean to advocate for voting for the lesser of two evils? Like, yeah, she's obviously not going to be trying to make Hillary Clinton look bad. Well, you see, while it is true that you should vote for Hillary Clinton, did you know that her husband is actually associated with Jeffrey Epstein? It's like, yeah, that's gonna do a great job getting votes for the lesser of two evils. Yeah, wow. And you talk about caring about political causes. Yet this is your fucking argument. You're an embarrassment to leftism, Keffals. I can't believe I ever fucking supported you. Holy shit. You're an embarrassment. It's like you claim to care about political efficacy, but then you make this fucking argument. Do you think that she shouldn't have promoted Hillary Clinton to increase the chances of Donald Trump, who you agree is a fascist, of winning?
Natalie doesn't care about children. She cares
about the lesser of two evils winning the election, you fucking idiot.
About getting her dunks in and being vindictive to people she doesn't like. If you don't
What are you talking about? She doesn't care about you.
Know who Jeffrey Epstein is? I would recommend checking out Jay Aubrey's most recent video, The Jeffrey Epstein Saga, A Network of Depravity, Part 1.
What is this said? This has nothing to do with ContraPoints.
The more I've learned about Jeffrey Epstein and everything that has gone on with him, the less faith I have in humanity as a whole.
Keffals said the same thing, that Biden is better than Trump. Biden knows Clinton, therefore Biden is a pedo. This is true. This is true.
One last thing to address here. Ethan, I know you made fun of the comparison of child slave labor to the production of child pornography.
Yeah, maybe because it's a shitty comparison. Now, obviously, the way Ethan Klein used this as evidence against Vaush in terms of him being a pedo, I think is fucking stupid. But making fun of it in and of itself, it's like, yeah, he made terrible arguments. It's like, okay, whatever. He reposted a fucking shitpost / meme about it. Whatever.
So we have this one here. H3 posting, according to Vaush, you decide. No CP and no Cobalt versus CP and Cobalt. Now,
Keffals is literally working for Brianna Wu's super PAC to get people to vote for Biden. This is, this like pots meet kettle. Yeah, literally. Literally. Like, Keffals of all people should know why it's more important to get the lesser of two evils elected. Like, yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to associate with or advocate for somebody you don't exactly like. Again, Keffals doesn't like Biden. She doesn't think he's like the greatest president of all time. Like, you get the point, though. She would still advocate for voting for him because he is the less bad option. So it's literally the same thing that Natalie Wynn was doing.
Now, if you don't know what this is in reference to, this is a reference to a debate that Vaush was having where he was like talking about how bad, things like child slave labor. There's a lot of industries that we get products from where they are the product of child slave labor.
Well, okay, but in the veganism debate, he made the argument that because every action or everything you do when you participate in capitalism is unethical, that it basically doesn't fucking matter. And that none of it matters. That was the argument he made. Now, granted, because he has a tendency to bite insane bullets when he doesn't have a counter argument, that's not evidence of him, having CP or whatever, right? Like, that'd be like an insane fucking leap of logic, right? But it's still worthy of being made fun of.
Unfortunately. And, a lot of you guys are buying these products not realizing that this is the case, right? You have products like, cell phones, iPhones and stuff like that have cobalt mined in them that was mined off the backs of slave labor, okay? You have situations like, maybe you buy chocolate, maybe you're a big...
Again, I know that a lot of people have made fun of Tipster for this, but I think he's doing this in good faith. I don't think that he's being bad faith, right? Like, I feel like if anything, like Vaush mischaracterized some of the points he was making whenever he would talk about this stuff after the fact, right? Because in the context of the debate, it was like, yeah, you look like a fucking retard, right? And obviously he's going to recontextualize it to make himself look as not bad as possible, right? That's not, again, it's not to say that in the context of the debates, I think that proves he's a pedo or whatever, right? But he definitely framed it in a way that wasn't entirely honest, as we saw in the fucking vegan gains debate, where he literally made the argument. Like, if he's arguing against veganism, and his entire fucking point is, well, everything we do under capitalism is unethical, so it doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, but you can reduce the amount of harm. That's what you would want to do as a utilitarian, right? But that wasn't his position, so, yeah.
Fan of chocolate, and there are various...
Now, I will give Vaush credit where credit is due. He eventually revised his position into veganism is technically like the morally correct thing, but that he just doesn't care. But still, like, it is what it is. Tipster is just a simp for Keffals law. Okay, but I feel like Tipster genuinely believes the things he says, right? Like, I don't know.
Different companies that use slave labor to, harvest the cocoa beans used to...
Like, for instance, the people that support Keffals, like, in her audience, right? Like, you don't think that they're malicious, right? Like, they just believe what Keffals is saying, right? Like, I don't think that Tipster would be above that, right? Yeah, he does, but that's his bias. Yeah, no, he's absolutely biased, for sure.
To make the chocolate, etc. I can give you several examples of where this is the case.
He's literally repeating the verbatim argument. Yeah, but I don't think he's doing it in bad faith. Like, I think he genuinely believes the things that he's saying. Whereas Keffals is more of like a slimy, sniveling, disingenuous, non-principled piece of shit, right? He's been told how awful she is, and he still continues to stick by her. That, my friend, is Stockholm Syndrome. I mean, hey, the same thing happened with you and Lilith, right? You know, you were with a manipulator. Everyone was like, this person's fucking terrible for you, but you had to figure it out yourself. I just feel bad for Tipster because he hasn't figured it out yet. Is Keffals bad? At this point, I think so, yeah. I used to support her, but yeah, no, fuck her.
And so Vaush was using an analogy to kind of point out that there's a little bit of inconsistency here in terms of like, people are okay with this type of child abuse, but they're not okay with this type of child abuse.
How much you want to bet, and I don't think that Keffals responds to this, but on the off chance she does, how much you want to bet that her response is going to be that the only reason I'm shitting on her is because she stopped responding to my DMs after I got into controversy. How much you want to bet that that's her whole argument against me? If she were to respond to this. I'm so glad you found out that Keffals is terrible, lol. Yeah. Yeah. She's awful.
But I think the reason why this hits such a nerve is actually something much deeper, relating to Teddy Fresh, the luxury clothing brand owned by Hila that uses your platform as a vehicle for selling merchandise. If you go to the...
Yeah, I don't know too much about the Teddy Fresh stuff, but I do think that it's definitely questionable, and people have criticized this. You're a bit late to the party. You're a bit late to the party, okay? These are like the criticisms that I think Nicholas Diorio was making in like 2019. Like, this is so old.
Ethics and sustainability section of their website, it says, at Teddy Fresh, it is essential that all our production partners pass stringent audits to ensure our facilities are abiding by and surpassing the global standards for ethical labor practices. These third-party auditors include RAP, SMETA, and Am4 BSCI, who serve...
Yeah, so long story short, the argument is that thing is like very suspect and has been criticized as actually undermining the anti-sweatshop movement and shit like that. And basically, there's a good chance that Teddy Fresh is using unethical means of creating the product.
Unfortunate last name I know, and how RAP was a clothing industry front founded to undermine the growing anti-sweatshop movement. A cursory...
How is Keffals evil? Well, she fundraised $100,000 and nobody knows where that money went. It disappeared. It just fucking disappeared. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of... I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say she stole anything, but it is a little bit... It is awfully suspicious that $100,000 magically disappeared. Normally that amount of money would go somewhere, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. It went into her nose. True.
Glance into another one of their auditors, Am4 BSCI, shows that they also have their share of controversy. In an article entitled Bribes, Fake Factories, and Forged Documents, the buccaneering consultants pervading China's factory audits by the South China Morning Post, they discuss how Chinese factories often bribe inspectors to gain accreditation for the industry platform Am4 BSCI, with some factories going as far as to forge fake identity documents for their child workers. The article...
I know that Nicholas Diorio was doing a stream. I don't know if he's still streaming. But like... This is one of the things that me and Nick Diorio can agree on, despite me constantly making fun of Nick Diorio. I mean, I made an entire video, basically just trolling the dude. I think he's still live. Dude, okay, honestly, I feel like my position... on the Keffals stuff is something that Nick Diorio would actually agree. This is the one thing we would agree on. Not the one thing, but like... In terms of, Nick Diorio sucking Ethan Klein's cock. Yeah, I don't agree with that part, but... I definitely agree with shitting on Keffals. Like, that's the one thing... I honestly hope... that Nick Diorio brings this up, just to shit on Keffals. Like, watches like a minute of my stream, just so that he can say even Femyoz is shitting on you because that's how retarded you are, right? Because like I'm widely disliked in commentary, but I don't. But if that can be used as ammo against Keffals, I think that would be fucking based as hell. Okay, if Nick Diorio were to like, even this retard Femyoz is shitting on you, I think that would be a good thing. I would fucking support the shit out of that. Nick Diorio blocked me. That's so sad. I don't think Nick Diorio has blocked me. Do you want to see my fucking Twitter profile? Hold on. Let me go to my profile. I have my display name set as Nicholas Diorio x Vaush. This is the profile picture and the banner. And the description says, fund my McDonald's addiction at streamlabs.com/Femyoz/tip. Nicholas Diorio hasn't blocked me yet. I don't think he's blocked me either. If he blocks me, I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be so sad if he blocks me. I would be like really sad and mad. I would be seething and coping, and I would have to play Tipster's soundboard. No, he hasn't blocked me. Thankfully. Yeah, no, I would be sad if he did. I feel like I'm too funny to block. I'm too funny to block. Oh shit, wait, is Ryan Beard disavowing Keffals? I have given Keffals too many chances at good faith and trying to be charitable towards her, but after the video she released today, the only conclusion that I can draw is that she's a blatant, intentional liar. I'm done associating with her, Tipster, or Vaush. Holy shit. Oh my god, rare Ryan Beard W. No fucking way. Dude, you know you fucked up when Ryan Beard is saying that he's given you too many chances. Oh my god. No fucking way. Oh no. Oh no. That's really fucking bad. That's so bad. What the fuck? Oh my god. Hey, yo, what the fuck did I just find in my goddamn notifications? Fuck you. Batal Crafter. Why? Why? Oh shit, apparently Flamenco responded to the, to my, my tweet. So, here's what I said in response to a Flamenco tweet. Hi, Flamenco. Please answer the following question. Is pedophilia a good thing, a bad thing, or a neutral thing? And he said, not a commentary parasite. It's bad to prey on kids, obviously. Okay, we gotta respond to that. So is that... So is that your way of saying pedophilia is a bad thing? Yes or no? Holy shit, bro's fucking weaseling. Crowder is right for once. About me being a bottom? No, fuck you. Shut up. I'm not a bottom. I'm just waiting for the day that my favorite YouTuber Flamenco TV blocks me. Dude, I wonder... Okay. Oh shit, apparently... Yo, no way, Food Shops is covering the fucking Vaush stuff? All Vaush special? No way. Mass destruction?
Yeah, that's from what I know about ContraPoints.
What is happening?
She also knows a lot about, like, 4chan and searching her name up on 4chan, you know, and, like, as a form of, like, self-harm that she says, right? So...
Okay, what is this? What is
like,
happening?
I'm just saying, if you're searching up your own name on 4chan and everything, like...
Oh, boy.
I don't know how not terminally online you could be, you know? I don't know.
This is why I
That's probably it, yeah.
Acting
Hey,
throughout this
Show me your block list. Let's see. Let me look through there.
controversy whatsoever. I want to choose my words carefully here and dissect how
You want to choose your words carefully? All right.
disingenuous and outright malicious ContraPoints is being here.
Maybe I do find the link. You wanted me to watch?
It's at
Food
one
Shops,
I'm
react
waiting for
harder!
you to send me the timestamp.
I just found it.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Fuck.
coverage. of
Okay,
all of
what the
this.
fuck
I can
is
say but
this?
two people that we are somewhat friendly on the show, Tipster and
Food shops, you gotta react harder than that. I'm sorry.
Lolly Hill.
Not only did Ethan imply both of us are
Okay.
pedo-
I did not see that in that
Well-
clip. They sacrificed themselves to Lolly Hill.
Food shops, you gotta react harder.
That's her evidence.
pedophiles, but any of the thousands
All
of
right,
people
I'm gonna
who
say
were
that in
defending Vaush
chat.
were also
Damn, like now in retrospect, kind of looking at it, like Keffals is totally inserting herself into like this drama, right? But then now she's overextending. It's like, damn, you know, because now with Keffals' history, you literally do not know whether or not Keffals is just kind of clout hungry again and like just chasing after the clout. Because it totally comes off that way, doesn't it? Right? It totally comes off that way. And you have to be crazy to deny it doesn't, right?
I don't think she knows I'm
pedophiles.
streaming.
It was really
Show
gross
it.
and a completely irresponsible use of his platform.
I thought it was great. I'm right. You're wrong.
React
Look at my
harder,
thumbnail.
please. Wait, are you serious? I've been commentating this entire time. What are you saying?
You play segments for too long. I mean, I just
That's
got
me.
here, but still.
You guys are the demons. I'm the archangel,
Femyoz so high.
bathed in light.
Hello.
I descending from heaven upon a cloud
Showing the big
of healing mist. Here I am. Here you are, cowering in the light.
You play for too long? Well, Femyoz, you suck.
Shut up. You suck
And
more.
I do believe that you have defended Vaush, right? And then you walked it back. Or am I wrong about that?
Nah. No, that is accurate.
I have been sent from the heavens to spread
So I
this
don't know what you're
very
talking
controversial
about.
message. CP bad.
You still need
All listen
to
before me
react
now.
harder.
CP bad. I mean, it's pretty easy to find out which side who's on, you know?
Show us.
Come on,
Oh my
Howie.
god. Okay, anyways.
Child pornography.
No, Howie.
What the fuck?
That's exactly
What the fuck?
Get out of here.
Nah, you right?
Go ahead.
I pitched it down because I
I'm
thought
always
you were
right.
appropriate for the music.
Or demonic.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't say always.
Accused of being pedophiles by mocking the word pedo-jacketing.
Also, what the
Sorry,
fuck
that
is
is
pedo? And again, I'll say it. If the jacket
You still need to react harder. Femyoz, do you want me to pause every 2 seconds?
Yes! Yes, I do!
Just like a certain streamer that I'm thinking of that pauses every 2 seconds. Like this. Like, what if I just do this? Like, I just comment, say, a total nothing burger about how Ethan is, like, staring at the camera. Then... And then I
Shut
pause
the
again,
fuck up.
right here. And then
Shut
go, wow,
up.
look. Ethan just put on a cap. That's a cheesy looking cap.
But
No, you would pause between
Oh no,
sentences.
pausing again because, you know, I gotta react harder, okay? Good job, Femyoz.
Stop.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, so
That's
I
not what I'm saying.
finding the term funny is a problem?
This is me debating Keffals right now.
That's
Can
not
we do
what
a
I'm
show?
saying.
And by the
No, I'm... Oh my god. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. Oh
When you
my
do pause, do the
She's-
pause time
she's
soy
like,
jack
he's
face.
saying God hates trans people.
Oh! Oh!
Stop. That's not what I mean. But no, I mean, like, when they say something, you want to pause it and react to it. I don't... Oh my god. This is so... No.
From Twitch chat says,
Okay, I'm not gonna stick around and watch the food shops thing for 5 hours, but Flamenco just responded to me and said, "I'm sorry, did I stuttered?" I'm gonna respond. Just answer with a simple yes or no to make your position on pedophilia clear. It is either a good thing, a bad thing, or a neutral thing. So, do you think... Also, thank you, Gooner, for the $3. Gooned a little too hard today. Feeling kind of like a criminal SMH. Totally valid. Mainly because there's a financial incentive. So thank you very much for the $3. You beautiful fucking bastard. Very much appreciated. Think it's a bad thing. Yes or no? There's no way he can fucking dodge this. I have worded it so precisely. There's no way Flamenco can dodge this. The fucking weaselly little bastard. I just want him to say that. I just want him to say that pedophilia is bad. It's not that hard. Just say it's bad. Just say pedophilia is bad. It's really not that hard. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Don't need to dodge if you never answer. Yeah, but he answered. All he needs to do is... He's gonna answer, right? Because he's flamenco. He's terminally online. So he should answer by saying it's bad. It's not that hard. Like, does he condemn pedophilia? I want to know. You know, like if somebody, for instance, asked me if I condemned pedophilia, my answer would be yes, because I think pedophilia is bad. Okay, I think it's bad. But flamenco's really reluctant to call it bad. I wonder if Keffals has been tweeting anything. Let's see. This is a BadEmpanada tweet. Oh, okay. She's making fun of BadEmpanada. Oh, I like how Keffals is insinuating that Keemstar's a pedophile, because Keem is saying search Tipster's hard drive, which obviously, okay, kind of cringe. Like I don't think that it's fair for Keem to characterize Tipster this way, but here Keffals is saying pot meat kettle, where it's a screenshot of a Keemstar tweet where he says, "You guys keep telling me to date someone my own age. I googled 39-year-old woman. I will not listen to you guys. If you remember where you were on 9/11, I'm not interested." So it's like, okay, it sounds like a fucking joke. So, you're just taking a joke that Keemstar made in the past and using it against him. Do I think that the age gap between him and whatever, the girl in her fucking 20s is weird? Yeah. But that's not pedophilia. Like, you're allowed to date a 21-year-old. If you're 39, you can do that. Like, it's two consenting adults. Like, what the fuck? Pretty brave take, not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously Keemstar was joking in that, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like, what? Oh my, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through her Twitter. Okay, she's being based a lot of the time. Actually, she's being based a lot of the time, as you can see. But yeah. So here's a Keffals tweet. I guess this is a joke she's making. Okay, this is fucked up. I can't defend this, is what she says. All right, let's see what this is all about.
It would be very funny if he eventually settled on an answer, and it was again something like, "I used to fuck my dad." We'll see. "I used to fuck my dad." Oh! It would be very...
Goddamn. I see. That's incredible. Incredible tweet. Glad to see she's taking the discourse seriously. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Flamenco replied, "Oh, did he? I answered the question above. I really don't feel like wasting my time with sub 70 IQ brainlets." But you didn't answer the question. But you did not answer the question. It was a multiple choice question. Is pedophilia good, bad, or neutral? It logically cannot be anything other than one of these three options. So maybe answer the fucking question. It should not be difficult to say that pedophilia is bad. Oh my god. All he has to do is say pedophilia is bad, and he won't do it. He just won't do it. He's so retarded. Dodged the question, you got wrecked. How long till you think the Vaush vid drops? Can't be any longer than a week? Yeah, I'm not sure. Point out that the question was about pedophilia and not preying on children. Yeah, if he responds again, I will point that out. But it's really funny. It's really funny. Oh my god. Smash like if you think that Flamenco is the greatest commentary YouTuber of all time. I mean, I don't know. I think he is. I think he's such a cool guy. You know, I really love Flamenco. He's my favorite. I mean, we basically got through the entirety of the fucking dog shit Keffals response video. So I guess that sort of wraps up today's epic live stream. With that being said, you better smash like. I know there are some of you who haven't. And that's kind of cringe, not gonna lie. Y'all better smash like. He's clearly trying to avoid condemning non-offending pedophiles, parentheses himself. Yeah. See, the thing that's funny about Flamenco it's not even a matter of whether or not I disagree with his position. It's just funny because he makes himself look so bad. Like, he just looks like he doesn't know how to make an argument. Like, I'm pretty agnostic on the position, but I could make a way better argument in defense of Lolly than Flamenco. Like, I'm sorry. Like, like, I don't even care what his position is. It's just funny to watch him spurk out. I liked based. Very based. Answer Flamenco. Yeah, Flamenco best answered it. Nah, I answered it. No, you didn't. No, you did not. You said that it is bad to prey on children, which is not the question I asked you. I did not ask you if it was bad to prey on children. I asked you if pedophilia is bad. Oh my god. He needs to call in. If we're gonna do that, that needs to be a separate stream. Dude, I want to debate Flamenco now. Dude, that would be so entertaining. But I would want that to be a separate stream so that could be like the title and thumbnail. Because you know for a fact that even commentary spurgs that fucking hate me would watch, they would eat that shit up, and they'd be like, rare Femyoz W, and give me all the fucking watch time and attention. It'd be so funny. Oh my god. He needs to call in for sure. What if you lose? I don't know. I mean, I don't think I would lose to Flamenco. I don't think he's smart enough to make good arguments. Like, if you read the way he responds, right? Like, if you look at his responses, he's very weaselly. This doesn't make him look good. If he can't even say that pedophilia is generally a bad thing, then, or even bite the bullet and say, well, it's not bad in of itself. Like, if his answer was not necessarily, it could be the case that somebody is a non-offender, in which case it would actually be a moral neutral in a consequential sense. That would, maybe then he would fucking destroy me. If he was able to argue the same way that I argue. But if this is his level of argumentation, lol, nah, I answered the question. You answered the question that nobody fucking asked you. Perhaps you would like to answer the question I actually asked you instead of a completely different proposition. Instead of stating a completely, I guess I wouldn't say unrelated, proposition that does not answer my question. Is pedophilia is pedophilia itself a bad thing? Anyways, you should debate Mr. Girl. I totally should. I think the main proposition would be, are you a pedophile? Yes or no? Is Mr. Girl a pedophile? Debate with Mr. Girl. Does Mr. Girl let people call in? Because that would be really funny. Dude, I would love to call Mr. Girl and debate him. That would be funny as fuck. Dude, I'd get so much clout too. Dude, could you imagine? Dude, everyone would fucking... Dude, I'd get such good content out of that. Does Mr. Girl stream? What's his channel? Just Mr. Girl, right? Mr. Girl Clips? Is that his channel? What's his main channel? Does he have a channel he streams on? He destroyed 1v2 Boblax and Technicals. Okay, if it was a one-on-one with Technicals, I could see him winning, because Technicals is retarded. Mr. Girl Clips? Not owned or operated by me. Did Mr. Girl delete his channel? Wait. There's Mr. Girl Topic. And then Mr. Girl Clips. Dude, what? Where? I thought he had a channel. What? He got banned? He has a website now? Oh, shit. Is there, shit. Is there, like, a way of, like, knowing when he streams? He's on Rumble? Okay. Fuck, I guess I need to pay more attention to Rumble. God damn. Dude. That would be such good content. Dude, I would make it big. Femyoz versus Mr. Girl debate. Proposition. Is Mr. Girl a pedophile? Where I take the affirmative position and Mr. Girl takes the negative position. Dude. That would fucking... Oh my god. Dude, think about all the concurrence I would get. Think about how much clout I would get. Think about how entertaining that would be. I like you, but you would lose? Nah, I don't think so. If the proposition is whether or not he's a pedophile, he admitted he was sexually attracted to children. Like, it's pretty clear cut. Like, he said in the Cuties review that he was sexually aroused by looking at children. Like, that's a logically impossible debate for him to win. He can't win that, because he's wrong. So, like, even if he was a better debater than me, which I find hard to believe, maybe he is. I haven't really watched him much. Watch his Technicals Boblax debate. They said the same thing. Oh shit, really? Did he actually win that debate? I thought you were joking. I thought you were kidding. Did he actually win that? I feel like Boblax is, like, reasonable enough where, like, there's no way he would win. Mr. Girl, Boblax, Technicals, debate. Hey, Femyoz, I have a question. How does it feel to know a bottom is bullying you? Because you're a bottom, mega bottom? Shut up. No, I'm not. Shut up. I am not. Where's the original You know what? We're not. This is a rabbit hole for another stream, I think. Damn. Anyways. You are? No. Flamenco EXE replied again. Oh no. What do you say this time? He asked me if I'm autistic. Are you autistic, my dude? Do I say yes? Now answer the question. What do I say? No, I'll say I will answer your question as soon as you actually answer mine. I asked you if pedophilia is bad. It is either the case that you think it is bad, that it is not bad, or that you are agnostic on the position. So which one is it? Dude, no wonder why this guy is a lol cow. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I can't believe he hasn't blocked you yet. Yeah. I kind of want him to block me while I'm streaming. That'd be pretty funny. Dude, then I'd have like a great clip. If nothing else, it would give me a screenshot that I could make a tweet saying, "Oh no, the pedophile blocked me," and get some Twitter clout. Never mind, he's autistic as well. Yeah, I like when the autistic person asks the other autistic person if they're autistic. We're both autistic. It's just that I have the good kind of autism and he has the bad kind of autism. That's the main categorical distinction. Because he has the... So that's a yes. I did not state anything about... Because I am waiting for you to answer my question first. To your question, I will answer your question when you answer mine. I mean, if he wants me to confirm that I'm autistic, which I'm like, this isn't a secret. Like, I've publicly stated it like 5 trillion times. Of course, he doesn't know that. He's gonna have to say that he supports pedophilia. or answer the question. Oh my god. He's so stupid. He's actually so dumb. It'd be cooler if you were... What, autistic? I mean, I literally am. I am autistic. But I have the good kind of autism. He has the bad kind of autism. He has like the pedophile kind. Yeah. Yeah, anyways. Oh my god. I think that this stream didn't do bad, but compared to my other Vaush streams, it didn't, like, pop off algorithmically as much. So I think that in the future, I'm gonna have to make sure to include Vaush in the title and the thumbnail. Because I think that it does carry the content algorithmically. Like, this didn't do bad, but, like, it wasn't, like, as good. Like, if you look at Food Shop's stream, like, she has, like, 40 to 50 concurrent viewers. And she has, like, the same sub count. Oh, it looks like it went down, but still. Yeah, it's down to 32, but still. Either way. I need to be beating Food Shops in terms of live viewer count. Because it would be bad if I didn't. I don't know. I think she streams more consistently than me, though, so she does have a distinct advantage over me. You need better lights? What do you mean? Like, do you mean like I need bisexual lighting? You're a better streamer than food shops? Why, thank you. Would you top an ugly guy or bottom for a hot HRT NB? Okay, you already know the answer. Shut up. You're making an unfair comparison. Like, obviously, I'd go for the more attractive person. On the basis of them being more attractive, obviously. Yeah, I do. Hell yeah. I dropped out of a DFF stream to watch this. Let's go. I don't know what DFF is, but I'm glad to hear that. Oh shit, Flamenco responded. Listen, bro, I'm mostly just tempted to let you schizoid post at a mirror for the rest of the night. So is that a yes or a no? Dude, he's so dumb. Oh my god. Oh my god, responded again. Yeah, I know. I just responded back. Oh my god. This shit is so funny. Oh my god. Dude. Oh, last bit of news that made me very sad. Let's see. Trying to think. Oh, right. So remember Oris cosplay? This is the last thing. Maybe I should cover this on a different stream. But, she blocked me on Discord, unfortunately. It's a very sad day. And basically, she said, I would do part 2 if you would let me explain. Don't police my speech and let me speak because you're straight up a disrespect. I don't think I should do part 2 with you. If it was left-wingers policing me and shoving their ideology down my throat multiple times, why wouldn't you let the same thing happen again and all be busy this whole week anyway? I know what you're up to anyway. If I do part 2, you and other people will bait me again. I will not respect pronouns, and I will never be controlled by people so easily because I believe in free speech, and I don't need anyone to tell me how to think. So I responded, no one was controlling you, and you agreed that I was being completely fair the entire time? I'm guessing the trolls are trying to convince you otherwise, since I'm the only person giving you a chance. And then she said, by trolls, do you mean people who are my friends who I showed the live stream and felt sympathy for me? My conservative friends. It's actually coming back to me that we may have butted heads and we don't really like each other, although we're not acting like it. But there were times when we were agreeing and being adults. There was just a lot for me to process after the other night. And then I said, I think your conservative friends are biased against me because they're disgusted by trans people. If they were more open-minded like you, they would know that I'm a good faith actor. You clearly came to the conclusion on your own that I was acting in good faith during the live stream, and now your conservative friends who hate trans people are trying to manipulate you into retroactively believing that I was somehow not acting in good faith. They're just not as open-minded. They're just not as open-minded as you are when it comes to having conversations with trans people. That's all there is to it. And then she says, OMG, shut the fuck up. I've had enough of this. No one hates trans people. It's your bullshit that drives them nuts. And shoving it down people's throats. No one hates trans people. I don't hate trans people. That's what you said. They're close-minded with the wrong you are. Really, you left-wingers are hypocrites and don't pretend you like me because you don't. You called me lower functioning than you out of earshot when you thought I wasn't watching. And then I was going to respond with, no, you said that during our conversation and I repeated it. right? That's what I was going to say. But what happens if I try sending it? Oh, look, it says your message could not be delivered. Oh, isn't that just so wacky? Oh, boy, what a crazy coincidence that one is. Oh, boy. In fact, I'm pretty sure she, yeah, I think she blocked me there. Unfortunately. So, it's a sad day, but, oh well, I guess she just doesn't want to do a part 2. And, I guess we'll leave it at that. Yeah. So, Flamenco responded again. Alright, that's gonna be the last thing we go over, is Flamenco's response. Sorry for being illiterate when I read sometimes. Jesus Christ. Did he respond again? No, wait. No, that's old. Oh, shit, I'm retarded. Jokes aside, you couldn't top? Shut up. Nuh-uh, that's not true. I'm still waiting for Flamenco to respond. Is my favorite commentary YouTuber Flamenco not gonna respond? I'm so sad. Anyways. Oh my god. This truly was the live stream of all time. Okay, is there anything else I should cover that wouldn't, like, take too long? Because I feel like I've said everything I wanted to say. Sorry, I've been spacing out a lot this stream, so I haven't been nearly as entertaining. I feel like my brain isn't operating at full capacity today, sadly enough. But that's okay, you know. I didn't get enough sleep, I think, is part of the issue. And, yeah, I guess that's unfortunate. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming or not. Hopefully I do, but I don't know. I do have a lot of college stuff I need to do, and that's been, like, the main stressor lately. So I might not be able to stream. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Because unfortunately, I have stuff that I need to do sometimes. But yeah, we're getting to a point where, like, I'm getting really tired. And it's also later at night, so, like, you don't get as many concurrents. We all know when my Wi-Fi died. You can literally see the huge dip from when my Wi-Fi died. That killed the stream. We were getting, like, 20 to 30 consistently. Now it's a little bit later. So, I think at this point, we've covered everything that needed to be covered, I believe. So thank you for everybody who tuned in, and especially those of you who donated, which today obviously is Hoopty Scoopty and Gunner. Yeah, smash like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying to do daily streams, if you guys haven't noticed. I even did 2 streams yesterday. Not just 1, but 2. 2 streams. That's a lot of streaming, I have to say. Like, I've been doing a really good job being active. Only you can prevent house fires. Yes, did you know that greater than 99.9% of house fires happen to people that aren't subscribed to the Femyoz YouTube channel? Now, I'm not making any definitive claims about that statistic, but that statistic is objectively true. That's my claim. And you can do with that information what you will. I would recommend joining the 0.01% of people that don't die in house fires. I'm just saying. But yeah, like, if you look at my channel, right? Obviously we're streaming right now. 1 day ago, also 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 6 days ago, 8 days ago, then 12 days ago, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I'm less active, obviously, here. But I've been so good. I'm so proud of myself. Can we take a moment for me to just be proud of myself? Also, the thumbnails I feel like are getting better, too. I feel like I've really been stepping up my thumbnail game lately. I really like the way I have it lit, like the colored lighting, where it's like bright, like it's like there's like a fuzzy white outline and then color. It's almost like the yeah, it's like I like it. I like the thumbnail design. You know? Oh man. But yeah, admittedly, I have been a little bit lazy, with some of them by using like the same images. Like for instance, this image of also thank you, Batal Crafter, you absolute fucking legend, for the additional $5. You beautiful fucking bastard. You bloody legend. This is a great way of ending stream. Holy shit. W stream indeed. W Batal Crafter. It's got that whatever podcast thumbnail vibe. Does it? What's the whatever podcast? Hold on, wait. I'm not too familiar with it. Hold on. Whatever podcast. Okay, if we go to the... No, it doesn't. It does not have that vibe. The whatever podcast has dog shit thumbnails. These thumbnails suck. They don't even color correct them properly. Wait. These are from 2 years ago? Wait. Yeah, these thumbnails suck. These are like so bad. This is like the most awful, look, there's titties in the thumbnail garbage. I guess they know how to color correct now, but podcasts? Dating podcast, whatever podcast. Yeah, no, their thumbnails are mid. They did it for a couple Destiny vids. Is this true? Oh shit, okay. You know what? Fair enough. When they actually try, they have decent thumbnails. Now, I would argue mine are better than this, but they're not bad. They're not bad. They're almost as good as mine, but not quite. This one's pretty good, but I feel like having the whatever podcast logo in the background kind of makes it worse. I don't know. It doesn't look good. I don't know. I feel like you need a better background. Also, I feel like the font for the verses could be better. I don't know. They're not bad thumbnails, though. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. I will say that they could be color corrected better. Like, for instance, if you look here, right? Even though, like, the blue light... It's supposed to be, like, blue lighting. Like, you see, like, down here, there's, like, blue lighting. It's like, Destiny's face looks orange, right? It also looks, like, way darker than, like, everybody else. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they could have done a better job color correcting. Other than that, though, it's not bad. I mean, obviously it gets views. It makes it cluttered. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's like the main criticism I would give, is the thumbnails feel really cluttered. Like, for the heated debate with Destiny, obnoxious feminist kicked out. I feel like you don't need the obnoxious feminist kicked out part. Kind of, I feel like it takes away value, right? Like, wouldn't you want Destiny to be like in the middle of the thumbnail, or like Destiny versus whoever is debating Destiny, and like those are the only two people in the thumbnail? Like, who the fuck are the two people, like the two women in the background? Like, they have nothing, like, I'm sorry, but like, nobody cares about them. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows who either of these two losers are, either. Like, the two men. People only care about Destiny, okay? He should be the main focus of the thumbnail, okay? Like, right here, they did a better job with it, right? It's still cluttered in the background because they have to put their stupid fucking logo and whoever the fuck this is. But again, they should remove this person, make the background not have their stupid logo, and then make Destiny and the other guy larger. Use a different font. And then they'll be golden. Other than that, though, not bad. Sorry. Thumbnail critique is something I do. As somebody that has some of the best thumbnails, especially for live streams, Like, even if I'm a little bit on the lazy side sometimes, in terms of my actual designing abilities, like, you can't lie. These thumbnails are fucking fire, okay? These look like video essays, okay? Like, if you saw the thumbnails, the titles and thumbnails, and it wasn't obvious that these were streams, right? Like, okay, this definitely gives video essay vibes, okay? Like, it looks like a thumbnail that somebody spends, like, 10 hours on to make sure it's fucking perfect, right? Like, this thumbnail is really good. Combined with the title, Was I Wrong About Vaush? That's a fucking fire title and thumbnail combo. Like, you can't even lie. That shit is fire. This also looks like a video essay. This looks more like a topic commentary video because of the text, I would argue. I think I increased the contrast and saturation too much on this, but it's still not bad. This one is color corrected really well. I love the way this is color corrected. It's got like the nice vibrant aesthetic to it, but it doesn't look obnoxious. You know what I mean? Whereas like this one looks kind of obnoxious. This one doesn't. The thumbnails are good, not gonna lie. Thank you, Synth. Hell yeah, I'm so glad that at least somebody appreciates my artistic abilities when it comes to thumbnails. I also did Keffals dirty here because she backstabbed Jalen. I made sure that everybody could see her fucking double chin. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, no, I made sure to do her dirty there. But yeah, no, my thumbnails have been improving, I think. Like, if you go back, even just, like, a little bit, like, you can tell there's, like, a huge improvement, starting with the Oris cosplay interview. Like, for instance, this one, I would argue, like, the exposure's too high. Like, it's not, like, deep fried, but it's, like, kind of an issue. This one, I think that the clarity is too high without enough color correction, right? This one's pretty decent, I guess. This one's alright. This one is good. This one I like. I really like this one, actually. This one was kind of dog shit. This one was kind of shit. But it was funny, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, you can see like the evolution of thumbnails over time. It's really funny. It's like I was never bad at thumbnails. Not gonna lie, the most frustrating part of this arc is that the situation would have been mitigated if he just went on the first Ethan stream. Yeah, for sure. Honestly. Who was done worse? Rose, Malay, or Keffals? I would argue probably Keffals, because it's a really fucking bad it's a really bad photo of her. Whereas Rose Malay is like when you see what she actually looks like on camera without filters, she's really fucking ugly. Like, she's really ugly. So, like, this is a more accurate representation of her than any profile picture she's ever had. Yeah, that's how Rose actually looks. Yeah, exactly. Like Keffals doesn't actually look like this, right? Like, I mean, she does, but, like, this is, like, she clearly, like, her double chin isn't that bad. Like, this is, I clearly found, like, the worst image I could find of her, right? Like, it's similar to, like, the Acheeto thumbnail on me, where it's like he found like a bad image of me, right? Like he found like he went out of his way to find like a still frame where my mouth is like open at like a weird position, and I look kind of awkward or whatever, right? But yeah, I feel like I'm okay. I remember on the 2Mad stream specifically, I was criticizing the fact that Moist Critical has a lot of dead air in his streams, which I think is a valid criticism. I've given the same criticism to Keffals as well. Like, she'll just sit there for 20 seconds and not say anything. I've given the same criticism to Chud Logic. But apparently, according to some people, that makes me narcissistic. It's like, no, me wanting to entertain my audience is like not narcissistic. That's just caring about the audience and not wanting to bore you to death. Like, you're here to watch me, right? you are giving me your time, right? I feel like that's the opposite of narcissism. Like it is the literal opposite. Me caring about my audience's experience. Like that's like me that's the complete reverse. Yeah, no, that was, oh my god, that was interesting. Similarly, I give people a lot of criticism when it comes to their thumbnails, okay? I am the thumbnail expert, okay? I don't give too much advice when it comes to titles, because I feel like my thumbnails have always carried more than titles. I think that, like, the #1 issue with, thumbnail design for me is, sometimes my thumbnails don't convey enough information, right? So, like, for instance, what do you get out of, and design-wise, this is one of the not as good thumbnails as well, right? But aside from that, with, like, the food shops debate, like, what do you get out of this thumbnail if you don't know who me or food shops are, right? And then it's like the title is, like, utilitarianism debate with person I don't care about, right? Like, it makes sense that the VOD from almost 2 weeks ago has less than 200 views. But it was a debate that I cared about and that I wanted to have, so I did it anyway, right? Addressing the Femyoz Discord drama. I feel like you have to be invested in me to care about that, right? This is like really, really niche internet drama between people that nobody knows about. Addressing the allegations. Again, people that are invested in me. It was the bottom allegations. Femyoz rant time. Yeah, I always do stuff like this at the ends of streams. False accusers of Pie Girl, right? Like these two deranged lolcows debate. I feel like the title carries this more than the thumbnail. I feel like the thumbnail actually hurts it a little bit just because it's too vibrant, so it looks kind of obnoxious, but whatever. I'm too lazy to change it. Demon Mama's horrible take on mandatory education. Again, if you don't know or care about Demon Mama, like, why would anyone care, right? But yeah, it's interesting what does and doesn't get views. I feel like I've been stepping it up recently, though. I just wanted to take, like, a few minutes to basically suck myself off and boost my ego a little bit. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, 1.8k views on a past stream? Like, having a past live stream that gets more views than you have subs is really fucking good. Even yeah, 985, like, almost 1,000 views on this from 3 days ago. 1k views. 471 is still pretty good for this channel. 642 on the same day, because I did 2 separate streams instead of 1 6-hour stream because I wanted to cover 2 different topics. So that's like a combined over 1,000 views. Today's stream got a little bit less, which is okay. Mainly because I started streaming later. But like it still got like as of streaming this, and also the fact that there was like a big lag spike, let's just say, that certainly didn't help. And even this got 270 views, like, while streaming. So it's probably going to end up with, like, I would say by next week, it's going to have probably, like, 700 views, which, again, for a past live stream on this channel is still good. So I'm, like, stepping up my game. Like, this is, like, the amount of views I would expect a VOD to get. And usually my VODs get, like, more than twice the amount of views that it accumulates while it's being streamed, right? Like, for instance, if you take In Defense of Vaush from 6 days ago, that got like slightly over 500 views, and now it has 1.8k. I don't remember how many views this one got. Hold on. If we go to my dashboard on YouTube, and we go to like the most recent live stream, I think that would be under analytics. Would it be under content? Under live content? Fuck, I'm retarded. I am retarded. I am a retard. I am an absolute fucking retard. Wait, it would be under analytics, right? Overview? Oh, it would be under latest content. Yeah. So, if we, like if we go, hold on. Yeah. Just over 500 views. It has this has 1.8k views. A little over 500 when live. This is a video. 286 while live. That's not that many more than what this current live stream has. This current live stream has 272, right? And that has almost 1k, and that's just 3 days ago. 2 days ago, 1k views. What was the original view count? Let's see. 596, right? So like about twice as much in just a few days. This has 265 from literally a day ago, and it already has 471. People watch the VODs. That's the point I'm making. Literally on the same day, like 1 day ago, 642. How many did it have while streaming? 450, right? So you can tell that the views go up, like even after you're done streaming. So this is why I leave all of the VODs up. So yeah, this is probably gonna get like yeah, so like yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I'm a small streamer or whatever, right? Like relative to like big streamers or other small streamers that are less small than me, right? Like it's like, okay, like this is nothing huge, right? Like, yeah, okay. Like 1,000 views on a VOD. Like it's not like a super mega impressive thing broadly, but it is for me, right? Like I'm proud of myself because it's better. It's not like impressive like broadly, but like it's impressive compared to what I normally do. So that's why I'm proud of it, right? It's like I'm doing better than I normally do. And I feel like if I keep streaming consistently, even if the viewership goes up and down, I feel like I can do better in terms of growing this channel. And maybe one day, and this is a bit far-fetched, but what if one day I made this into a career? Could you imagine? I mean, it's not likely, but it's not impossible, right? Like, I'm getting a huge boost in views because of what I'm covering, and that's motivating. Seeing all the new viewers who are tuning in to my streams for the first time that didn't know about me until a week ago or even more recently than that is so heartwarming. I know that sounds corny as shit, but it's true. Just found your stuff today and another step closer. Hell yeah, like Joystick. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Femyoz YouTube channel. Like something about this feels inspiring. Just seeing all the new people tuning in as they watch me go through an arc where I start out as like a Vaush defender, and then like I change my position, even though it would be way easier to just continue defending him, right? Because at this point I've ostracized myself from like every community. I've ostracized myself from the community of people that hates Vaush. None of them want to associate with me because I'm a bit unpredictable and spurgy, I'll admit. I have a track record of being mentally ill, so people don't want to fuck with that. I used to spurg out a lot, if I'm gonna be real. I would do like these like dumbass community posts where I would like vent my mental health issues, basically. I was off my antidepressants, to be fair. And then, big ups for the success, Femyoz. Thank you, Goat Corpse. Very much appreciated. This isn't to say I'm making it big or anything right now. Like, I'm very, like, that's very far away. But I'm getting closer, right? Like, this is a step in the right direction. And it's like, and trust me, when I did this stream called Was I Wrong About Vaush, I was fucking terrified of isolating the people that support me, that were supporting me in my defense stream, and that nobody was gonna like me because I would be isolating myself from both sides. And at that point, the people who saw me defend Vaush that have a negative opinion of me aren't going to watch that, so they're not going to care. Because I'm a big, stinky Vaush defender, and the people that supported me are like, oh, so now you've changed your mind. Oh, you're just a piece of shit. You just changed your opinion because you got backlash or shit like that. I was fucking terrified. So I'm glad that intellectual honesty prevails because, like, even though I've gotten a lot of backlash for this, I feel like me doing the right thing inadvertently has helped me grow this channel. And even though it might isolate me from other communities and YouTubers, that's not even a bad thing necessarily, right? Not saying it's a good thing, but maybe I don't need that. Maybe I don't need to have 5 trillion connections or build bridges with 5 trillion different YouTubers to be successful. If the audience wants to see my content, that's what matters. The only connection I need is one with the YouTube algorithm. That's it. In fact, when I was getting way more concurrence than I normally do on my defensive Vaush stream, I was actually quite surprised. I wasn't expecting that at all. And I thought that a bigger content creator must have talked about me and that that's where people were coming from. But the answer was no. And this is actually the first time I've had a major increase in viewership. Now, obviously, right now, it's a little bit closer to like what I normally get, but still, that's because I'm streaming quite late. Like, again, 17 concurrence, 17 watching right now. Like, that's like decent. Like, that's decent viewership that I would get for a decent stream when I'm not streaming in the middle of the fucking night. Right? So, to put that into perspective, I mean, I'm not doing so bad. Someone might hit you up to debate Stardust. You were mentioned in her stream last night. What is Stardust's position? The Vaush defense stream is how I found you. Been watching pretty regularly since. Hell yeah, that's so based. See, that's the thing, is like, regardless of whether or not I defend or condemn Vaush, like, I'm gonna be absorbing some portion of his audience that's keeping up to date with this stuff, right? All I can do is be as honest as I can, and sometimes I'm wrong about stuff. I was wrong in some of the things I said in my defense of Vaush. Maybe even bad faith, if you will, since those are terms people like to use a lot. Yeah. Wait. Talking to Jalen, LMFAO, from 23 hours ago? What is this? What is this?
This one here is Food Shops. I jump onto her stream because...
Why is it? It always goes back to Food Shops. Okay, look, I know that Food Shops got exposed for admitting to liking Lolly or whatever, but like, and that's bad. But at the same time, I can't, I don't know, like whenever, I can't bring myself to hate her, I'm sorry. I can't. I cancel me. What is this shit?
I guess Stardust should start, since technically she's the one who started this. Whatever
I guess
drama.
I did start it. Yeah. The reason why I started it is because some random person on Twitter decided to be like, "Oh, I can't believe that you would say this about Jalen." Well, yeah, I did say it, and I don't regret it. I think that if you're gonna drop the N-word left and right, like it's something to do.
You have the N-word. Shut the fuck up. No one cares.
That's a very male socialized behavior to do.
That's a very male socialized behavior to do. Shut the fuck up. Like, don't morally grandstand and then like subtly say something that's like transphobic. What?
You're not really convincing me that you're really trying, right?
You're not really trying? Nah. You don't get to morally grandstand and then say that shit.
I don't know many ladies who drop the N-word the way that Jalen does. Secondly,
yes, because your transness is contingent upon whether or not you say the N-word. Oh my god, she's embarrassing. Holy fuck, she's actually retarded. What a loser.
just the way that Jalen screams at people, and now finding out that Jalen punched a hole in her wall, like, yeah, these are very male socialized behaviors. So I feel like if you're gonna
shut the fuck up,
like, try to be a woman, you know, you should probably make some efforts, right? That kind of behavior is very threatening to the average woman.
Maybe they shouldn't say the N-word though. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Stardust is in the right. I've been subbed to you since fall, I think. Found you in Vaush's comments. All right, well, we're going to be talking about the Jalen versus Stardust stuff in a future stream, okay? This deserves an entire stream in its own right, okay? So, if you want to see me talk about that, stay tuned. Is she rage baiting or is she really that dumb? I think she's really that dumb. I've seen a debate with her, where I think she debated Bunk one time, and she just got completely fucking shit on. Not just because Bunk is a good debater, which he is. He's very good. He's like around the same level as Synth. So like it's not like, obviously that's gonna be part of it, but like Stardust was fucking retarded. Like there was like a point where like she was debating the same subject matter, including with people that were like calling in, and one of the people that called in was Lyrics, and she was getting shit on by Lyrics of all people. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're losing to fucking Lyrics in a debate, that's really sad. Holy shit, you're still going. I'm about to end stream. This is way later than I normally stream. I need sleep. Oh god, I have to add timestamps too. Fuck. God damn it. Smash like. Stardust has lost an abortion debate with Zen Shapiro. Oh my god, I hate how I know who you're talking about too. Oh my god. Did she actually lose to Zen Shapiro? Dude, Zen Shapiro is fucking dog shit. Dude, he's gotten shit on by Hunter Avalon. That's the Crucible guy? Dude, Zen Shapiro fucking sucks. Dude, Hunter Avalon fucking mogged him. Yes, and badly. Okay, when we make the next tier list, we're including Stardust, and we're putting her in fucking F tier. Holy shit. The only tier worse than that is going to be pedophile tier, which is where Flamenco and Matt Walsh go. That's like the only tier worse than that. Hey, I like Hunter. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Hunter's a decent debater. He's like, I'd say he's like around like the same skill level as me. He on some issues he's actually better than me on a lot of issues. I think that like the main thing that holds him back is I guess ethical analysis. I guess not just ethical analysis, but like I guess he when it comes to like the more like philosophical / ethical debates, that's sort of like his main weakness, I guess. Like he just doesn't really talk about it. But he's like pretty well rounded when it comes to politics and like his anti-religion takes or whatever. Like he's pretty good. He is like pretty good on most issues in general. He's like me, where he's not like the master of any particular topic, but like he's pretty good. Like he's well rounded, right? Like for instance, like I'm not as good as I guess Synth is good at everything, but like I don't have like the same level of analysis as her with like I don't know, when it comes to like ethics or whatever, right? Like, but like I'm still good on the topic, right? Like I still have like a decent analysis. Like I'm better than most people, right? Like most people hear whatever I'm saying, and like the problem is that it's too complicated and that it sounds like nerd speak, right? So I can debate that. I can debate trans issues. I can debate abortion. I can technically debate socialism, but not well. So I don't know if I would count that. But I've definitely debated it before. I can sort of debate veganism. I just don't have I would just need to have like a research document because I feel like that's like one of the most important pieces to that specifically. Because like if the main argument is, well, this doesn't make a difference, it's like, okay, you need a source to prove that it does. And I haven't done that much research on it. But like in terms of like the actual dialogue trees, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at arguing for agnostic atheism. I'm pretty good when it comes to like any specific policy position, usually. Like there's some stuff where like my knowledge is a little bit lacking. But yeah, Stardust is being retarded and Jalen is crazy too, but the Olive Girl is actually insane and befriends PDFs. Yeah, well, Jalen is based. She's just mentally ill, but she's a good person too. I wish that Jalen and Synth didn't argue with each other on Twitter. It's so sad to see. I feel like a bridge there was burnt when it didn't need to be. I guess the only thing that I'm not good at arguing about, when I feel like I should be, like I feel like it should be a slam dunk argument, which makes me question my